Everybody, and welcome to the stream. We are looking at Ara History Untold, where we are going to be looking at the gameplay. We're going to be having a quick review and see what it's like, and also hopefully this can act as a slight guide. Why, hello DJ, it's been a very long time. Now, I'm not entirely sure, but there you go. My webcam is slightly playing up. Let's see if we can actually get it to turn on properly. No, it doesn't look like it. Looks like I'm down to a black blob, which I really do need to sort out because I'm not having that on my screen for the whole thing. Unfortunately, I know exactly why it's not working, because I haven't got it open. My beautiful webcam comes with a little shutter, which I can put down in between streams. Hey, there we are. Now, I think I will have to rearrange myself, but we'll just go into the game and see what happens. So as you can see here, we are on the leader selection screen right at the beginning. And for the purpose of this, and for the purpose of our first playthrough, I am going to pick Nicholas Copernicus. Aww. I wish you weren't working today, DJ, if that helps. As I said, I'm gonna pick Nicholas Copernicus, the leader of Poland. So these are the traits on the right-hand side. Observatories and research labs provide plus 10 city knowledge and plus 2 research per turn. Plus 25% bonus research for 10 turns after I earn a paragon. We are innovative, which means we get plus 10% research per turn in our capital. We are efficient, which gives us plus 20% craft production to all crafting improvements in all cities. Now, this is going to be a very good one. Crafting is a very big part of this game. Production, plus 25% build production in our capital. That should hopefully give us a nice boost. Plus 2 available merchants. And plus 15 prosperity in all cities. This should basically help us keep our gold coming in. Now, the difficulty I am going to select is... I'm going to go for normal. Did the original learning stream, playthrough myself on Viscount? Is that what was suggested? It was a little bit easier, if I'm honest. I didn't really know what I was doing, and I was already killing the game on the points difficulty. So I'm going to go for normal. In fact, I'm going to go for Marquet. Yes, I am going to go for it. I'm going to open up map generation options. So we're going to go for 4 continents. Map size of... yeah, we're going to go medium. It did originally have that on small, but I wanted it a little bit bigger. Now, axial tilt. Latitude range to determine biomes. Earth. So, you know, it'll be cold at the top and bottom and warmer in the middle. Or we can choose Jupiter, Mercury, Neptune, or Uranus. I'm not quite sure what the axial tilt of these planets are, so we're going to keep it on Earth. Temperature mild, humidity humid, and sea level average. Pretty much those are all the suggested. All I've gone and done is change the map style and make it a slight bit bigger. So we're going to have 12 nations. And I'm not going to customize the nations. I am going to just let them go as random and see who they give me. So let's go ahead and jump in the game. Yeah, the map options sound very fun. A little bit weird, but very fun. I mean, yes, I'm very interested to know what the axial tilt of Saturn is. It would be an interesting one. So with this game, the whole idea is to earn yourself prestige. That is the only way to win. It's all about earning prestige, and at the end of the game, if you have the most prestige, basically your point score, you will win. But that's not quite where it ends, because...
Seeker of the cosmos. Nicholas Copernicus, visionary of the stars. Your subjects await. With the boundless sky as your canvas, and the mysteries of the heavens awaiting your exploration, your people are prepared to unlock the secrets of the universe. Guide them to new heights of knowledge and discovery, and lead them to a future as bright as the stellar dance of the night.
As I was saying, that's not quite where it ends, because with this game, the big part of it all is acts and eras. Now, those are displayed. I'll show you quickly. I can't actually. It's available in 2 turns. Through your technology screen, whereas the game is divided into 3 acts, and each act is divided into 4 eras. Now, these are eras of history, and acts is a group, so it's a time frame in history. And so, when you get to the end of the act, the unmemorable people, which, let's see if I can have a quick look, standings. There you go. So there are 12 of us. However, at the end of the first act, the 4 most unmemorable or forgettable people will be cold. They will no longer be in the game. So that's going to be a fun one. So you can't just, you know, it's not about being a late bloomer, folks. You have to be steadily winning the whole way through. So here you are with the world map. As you can see, we are starting with 1 scout and a 1-tile city. Now, it's not a traditionally shaped map. As you can see, it's broken into what they've called regions, and all of these are then broken into areas within the region. For instance, if I go into Warsaw, as you can see, we have 5 improvement zones in our first region, which is very, very nice. Now, we're not in a great region for food. Hopefully that doesn't slow us down too much. We are lucky to be next to this river. If we weren't on this river, we would struggle a lot for food. So, and let's go and check it out. Obviously, we've got no forces in reserves. We have some food, material, and timber, and we have no goods. We'll explore more about those when they become available. So, first things first, I'm going to send my scout off. Now, obvious direction, out of all the directions we can pick, is the one with the goods in it. Let's go see what goods we can discover. And so then in Warsaw, we have an idle city. So we need to select something to build. Now, a good starting point is the farm. However, I'm going to attempt to get this region first. It's got the rice in it. And we're going to attempt to get that as our farming region. I'm going to guess I'm not going to be great for food around me. As you can see, we're kind of short in most directions on food. So I'm going to try and use that as my farming region. So what I'm going to chuck down first is a dwelling, I think. We are, as you can see, making little bits of food, gold, timber, and what they've called materials. I'll probably keep calling it stone, because that's what it looks like. That's what I'm used to calling things, to be honest. And so, I mean, as you can see, at the moment, we haven't got a lot to build. We've got a dwelling for population boost. We have a farm for food boost. As you can see, and when it says harvest production, that's basically, from what I've been able to figure out, their way of saying resources per turn. Plus 5 bonus region harvest production for each farm improvement in this improvements region. So as you can see as well, which happens a lot with these, grouping types of building give you a good bonus, which is why I want to use this one for my farm region, because this one I will definitely want to at least chuck down 1 or 2 dwellings. As you can see, we get +2 bonus city housing if built in our city center. And a workshop, which is also massively important. Our workshop will craft all of our basic items. Again, we'll get more into this a little bit later. So, I'm going to go and pick my favorite region. Now, our, as it should be, our Great Hearth or town center is in the biggest part of this region. I'm going to go and stick up here in the top corner, near the bear, a dwelling. Now, this should hopefully, with a little bit of boost and a little bit of luck, be able to get us through to claiming our next region. And the way that works is that when we grow, we're able to claim 1 more region. So basically all of these, which is our population, 1 out of 5, will also determine how many regions we're available to get. So leaving the city again, we've not really got a lot to do. The last thing I will show you is this beautiful bear. Now let's see if I can find him on the map. There they are. Our family of bears. Let's spin it around so the trees aren't in the way. Aww. You've got a little baby bear. And the way this works is that you will have wild animals on the map, and these will block you being able to use the region to its full extent, because this region, which will be broken up into a few zones, one of the zones is blocked by a black bear. So I need to use one of my units, aka my scout, to go and remove the black bear. It'll take 2 hunts, so basically I have to attack it twice, and its danger level is 3. There is a number of wild animals on the game, and they each have different hunt and danger levels. Here you go, we've got a cougar, hunt 2, danger 4. And that looks like the coast just above me, and the coast here as well. So, oh, and it looks like I've maybe got mountains up here, so I might be at the top of a continent here. And as you can see, we have unlocked technologies. Now, as I said, this is another big area where this game differs. Here you can see we've got our current eras, which they call eras, but then they also call ages. And then we have 3 acts. And so by the time a certain number, it's a certain percentage of the players available, have made it to the early Middle Ages of Act 2, the game will move to Act 2, and that's when we'll have the culling. But for now, we have all of these available technologies to research and the things they give us. Now, looking around, we have rice and we have gemstones. Now, I'm not too fussed on getting the gemstones early. I would quite like the rice. So I think I'm probably going to lean towards grain storage, because that will allow us to harvest the rice. And all of these, the technologies and the things that they unlock are not unique. For instance, if I didn't learn fermenting, because I only have to research 5 more technologies to access the Era Catalyst. That's the technology that takes me to the next age. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can leave 2 technologies behind, unresearched. But the things they offer me, let's just say if they're important enough, will be offered by a later technology in one of the later eras. So it's a kind of gamble, you know? What do you aim for? What do you really want to go for getting? And what are you willing to wait a little bit longer for? So, like I said, I think we're going to get grain storage first. So, we can... No, tough choices. Tough choices. It's either that or animal husbandry, because the plow is also very useful for farming. And I probably will need to build some normal farms before I build our rice farm. Technically the same thing, but it one will obviously get me food, and the rice one, which as you can see on my screen currently can get me food, but can also get me rice and I want to say malt. Yes, rice and malt. So let's go and grab myself. I am going to go animal. No, we'll go grain storage. We'll go grain storage. I'll wait a little bit longer for the plow. I might even find things like the plows in these caches. Let's go next turn. I collected 15 material. Let's go grab the other cache. And let's hit next turn again. We are still growing at the normal speed and rate. We found 15 wood. I'm going to come up here. Now, you are allowed to stand in the same region as a wild animal. He won't suddenly just eat you, although it does threaten that they might. But it didn't happen at all in my last game. I was playing on Viscount as well, so you never know. Okay. Okay, and we've got more of a equipment cache up here. So I'm going to go and get the equipment cache first. Then I'll come back down for this cache and see if I can keep going left. It looks like we might have some cliffs here. Okay, so we might be quite hemmed in, which could also be a little bit problematic. So spotted a cache of supplies. Spotted a cache of supplies. Okay, so yes, this is definitely the ocean, and that looks... I don't know, it could be passable. We have our mountains just there. Next turn. We have found a plow. Very nice. That'll come in handy for when we do farming, and I'll show you that when we get there. Let's go to the next resource cache. And now, what we're actually going to do, we've gone through a few turns. And so let's have a show you what I mean about supplies and crafting and all that good stuff, because that is very important in the game. Now, I potentially should have done this from the beginning, but I wanted things to build up a tiny bit. So what we have here is we're building a feast. This is an amenity. Now, as you can see, this gives us growth, food, and happiness. However, I only build one per every 35 turns. Now, to increase this, I can either increase the general rate of production from my Great Hearth, which you add supplies to go and do. Now, there are multiple options for each choice. Some will give bigger bonuses than others. For instance, a lithic tool will not give as much as metal tools, and will not give as much as industrial tools. These are increasing the level of the tool, basically. And rope will not give as much as gears, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not quite sure where the wheel fills into all of that. There you go for the other ones. We have basically lighting systems. Some drinks to get them through the day. Either beer, brewed coffee, or wine. And either a computer or a book. Now, the other way we can do this is we can boost the specific thing we are creating. So the feast here, if I add +2 food a turn, which as I'm only making one, may not be the best idea, I will increase its production. But I am going to go and add a tiny bit of wealth, which means I get one every 7 turns. Now, these are very good, which is why I want to get one, because I really want to get the growth of my initial city going fast. Plus, as well, I will in fact show you in a bit more detail very shortly. And the other ones I can do is I can add more wealth. Do you know what? I am going to go and do that. We will have one in 5 turns' time. And so when I say city happiness, quality of life. These are individual per city, and they make a huge difference. This is probably what you will spend a good bit of your time focusing on, because these affect the outputs of your city. For instance, my quality of life, I have 50 happiness. Obviously, most of them are straight down the middle. If I get that to 60, I can increase my city production by 10%. Now, as time goes on, obviously that will get a lot more. At the moment, that's only one more production. If I get my happiness to 100, however, I increase my city production by 100%. So keeping my people happy is a huge boost. And then we have healthy, which will do city growth. Knowledge, which will be research per turn. Prosperity, which I do have the bonus for being Nicholas Copernicus. Which, as you can see, so already from being at 60, I get plus 10% tax. If I get to 70, I get plus 25% tax. And security, which increases my force strength. So we're going to go ahead and return to the map again. Oh, the city is idle. Oh, would you look at that? We've managed to build our dwelling. Now, the next thing I'm going to go and put down, which I don't think I really want in the capital, but I'm going to go and put it there anyway. And it will be there for a fair while, is the workshop, which does take me 7 turns. In fact, it's now going to take me 6 already. But let's see if I can boost it. Now, I could boost that, obviously. I could pay to rush it. I don't have enough money to be able to pay for this one. And from what I've seen on this game, that kind of goes not so much by building, but by number of turns left. So rushing the workshop here, when it's got 6 turns left, compared to, say, rushing in another city where it's got 12 turns left, will actually cost you more when it has more turns. Now, this is where I found one of my caches. Again, just want to zoom in and show you the beautiful details they've put into this map. This is a basically an old school burial mound. So that's what I went and raided very shortly ago to find one of my caches. Let's go ahead and hit next turn. And we have learned about grain storage. Very nice indeed. Now, what to come next? Not really too fussed on rope making and fishing. Although, I say that, I probably should learn to get a logging camp. Because without a logging camp, I am not going to increase my timber production, which could be a problem. So let's go and grab that. And go straight to the next turn. I collected a cache of 20 timber, 2 furs, and 1 leather. So now we are starting to get some resources and goods. Now, region is impassable. I believe this area on the left is a completely dead end. That region is impassable. I mean, it's too far away for me to be able to highlight, but I can tell that these ones are impassable because I can see the mountains. That leaves me to come back up here. We will eventually be able to run down this coast. We will find out. Let's keep going. Whoa, this is a dangerous region. Up in this direction, we have tiger and 2 wolves. Then hit next turn again. And let's see what we have. Okay. I'm going to go to my right. I don't know. I think there'll be more on the right than there will on the left. A claim has been generated. Now, this is what I was telling you about expanding your city. So, we are basically at 2 population. And this has allowed us to generate a claim. A claim will allow us to get another region. Well, as I said, I'm going to go get this one first. It's only got 2 zones, though. It is a very, very small region. It's a shame. It's a very, very big shame. So we're going to go ahead and confirm that region. And next turn, that should be claimed. Now, as you can see here, we're not looking too good. So if I go ahead and click on ourselves, and I come over here to standing, we are, in fact, forgettable. So far, ladies and gentlemen, we have fallen down into 11th. We're not doing great. And I have a crafter idle. We have gone and created one feast. We are, of course, going to keep creating feasts. And we'll still get one every 6 turns. Let's return to the map. And let's keep going. Ah, beautiful. So down here we have Ruins Cache. Often contains resources and goods. And up here we have a cache as well. I'm going to keep going up. My next unit can easily pop out and grab this. And we now do have a city idle. We also have the new region. Now I'm going to go ahead and get some more food. So to start off doing this, we are going to go and grab a farm. After the farm, of course we can't see if we select these because it only creates buildings. I am going to go and grab another. In fact, do I want to scout? I might just grab a spearman. Yes, because for all intents and purposes, they are cheaper and actually stronger. They can't, however, collect caches. But you know what? No, we will go ahead and grab that scout. Let's return to the map. And let's keep going forward. Now, yeah, sorry. One thing I did want to do, which I don't remember, there was something. I'm going to go ahead and put in my feast. Now, as you can see, my production per turn is 0.2. I will lose 1 every 10 turns, which will be a reduction of 0.1. So we should stay in feasts, basically. And with that, my quality of life, my happiness has gone up to 60. So I now get some bonus production, which means... There he is, my scout. Both of these, I believe, have gone down to 5 turns from 6. It will help us go forward even faster. So now we also have an idle crafter. That would be my workshop. Now the first thing I'm going to do is create some lithic tools. Not too many. We're not going to go infinite. We're just going to go 5 for now. Because one of them, for instance, can be used as supplies in the workshop. So let's make the workshop boost itself. Now to make this go faster, I can add 1 materials. That means I get 1 every 5 turns. That's much better than 14. I could also add a timber, which puts that down to 4 turns. You know what? I'm going to save my timber. Thank you very much for the follow, Charlotte, and welcome to the channel. So now we have our crafters all working. Let's continue. I've spotted a cache. I have spotted a cache. I have claimed the region. Yes. And I have spotted another cache. Have I? Where's that to? Ah, down here, because I've claimed the region. So down here, as you can see, yep, not particularly great on food. There is, however, some frankincense if we want to come and grab it. Let's hit next turn. Amenity has been activated. Not too much else. We've gone and discovered another cache. Still coming up here. And we have researched rope making. Okay. So, for the next one, we are going to go and grab animal husbandry. That will help us with being able to create a plow, which will help us with farming in general. Let's go ahead and shrink it down. Now we've got an event. Not quite sure what this event could be. We have found a little tribal village.
Honoring the glory of a nation and their gods. To build such a structure would ensure a nation's standing in the world and its role in shaping the future.
In fact, I lied. We haven't found a little village. This, I believe, is actually my village. Not really much there at the moment to be impressed about, but hopefully we'll get there. So this has just given me a goal to be the first to build the Acropolis. And that will net me an extra 150 prestige. The Acropolis is... They call them triumphs on this game. They're basically wonders, which will give you a bit more of an idea and something to match them up to. And again, they are unlocked through technologies and then usually take a little bit extra to build. Obviously, a little bit more in terms of production cost, and a little bit more in terms of materials. See, for instance, I've got Stonehenge here. It will cost me 50 wood, 5 lithic tools, and 10 rope just to be able to build in the first place. And of course, then 16 turns. So a fair bit more production. 200 compared to, for instance, as a logging camp, 75. Now, this farm. I'm going to go ahead and fast build this because we need to really get into this. Let's go ahead and fast build. That goes it from 3 turns to 1 turn. And let's go ahead and hit next turn. The improvement was complete. We are getting grain rice. We're also getting a lot more food. Of course, yes, because of feasts. So I'm happy. Well, I say I'm happy getting grain rice. I may as well get the food. Because I can't use grain rice in my production just yet. So let's go ahead and change that to food. For supplies, I'm going to go ahead and add the plow. And what this... Sorry, the plow. I was in the middle of saying 2 different words. And as you can see what this will do, this will increase my harvest production by 50%. So by putting that in there, we've gone from, I believe it was 7.2 to 8.1. Now that number will slightly increase over the next couple of turns, I do believe. It usually does. And so our food is a lot more secure for now, because as you can see, a city tier 2 costs me 2 food. But as your city grows, it requires more food. Shock and horror. So let's return to the map. Let's come back up and find our scout, who, yep, as you can see, was able to come around there, but there wasn't too much to see. And I think we're going to be coming close to a dead end again as well. Oh, look at that. We found a metal ingot. Shame I'm not going to have too much use for that, if I'm perfectly honest at this stage. I will, however, later on. But one won't get me too far. I would love to find some more amenities. Now, assuming that I actually know how my Earth biome goes, we should be coming to the top of the map. And I think... Oh no, 2 turns until I grab my next scout. Let's drop that down by a turn for 21 gold. We're doing okay for gold. And then let's return to our map. Now, yep, there you go. There's the top of our map. That beautiful line cutting us off. So let's simply come across and back down. So if we want to find people or really escape, we need to go south. Which we could do with going down south anyway. Hopefully we find slightly better. Again, combining words, folks. Can't help myself. Slightly better biomes for at least a bit of growth. I'd like to be able to find some nice open pastures. So as you can see up here, though, we have found a meteorite. And that will, as you can see, be able to get us either metal ingots, precious metals, or some heavy metals. I don't think we've particularly found much else up here except for a lot of wild animals. Closest to so far. Let me double check that audio. I'm hoping the rest of you have it. I haven't heard any complaints so far. Give me 1 second. I apologize. This is probably going to double echo through my sound system a little bit as well. Sound system a little bit. Yep. If I check it on Twitch, the sound is coming through. Unfortunately, I think it might be just at your end, Lyric. Let's go and close that. Sorry, and come back to the game. Closest to so far, I would probably say... Well, I mean, let's be honest, is going to be Civ. I mean, I haven't played Humankind, but I don't think that was quite like this. But when I say it's closest to, it is very, very different. This is very far away from Civ. Okay, let's have you... You can start to come down south, quite frankly. Let's come and get that cash. This guy may as well get this cash on his way back down, unless this goes somewhere, but I don't think it will. We do have the sea here and the top of the map. Let's go ahead and grab this one, and then we'll come across. And so, yeah, Scout 2 has been created and is ready for orders. New event, the Forest Fort.
A boy no older than 16 enters your court, springing with excitement. He explains that he and his friends were climbing trees, and while sitting atop a giant oak, he spotted a raised and unnaturally round hill and smoke, as though from a campfire rising in the distance. He requests support to safely investigate.
Okay, now we have an event, which, as you can see, then we'll be able to get us certain things. Now, I'm going to drop my security for 10 turns. Security affects the force or the power of your units. Now, hopefully, I'm not particularly going to need that for the next 10 turns. I think it's a gamble I can take, and I will get +5 jewelry and +5 ceramic pots. Jewelry will be able to get us more city happiness and some city prosperity. Can't quite use it yet, because I need my city to go up a level, you could say. Once it does, I will be able to add a second amenity. And of course, then the city is idle. Okay. Let's go ahead and get something built. Now, we are making a good amount of food, so I'm not going to worry about a farm at this point just yet. I am going to go and build... tough choice, tough choice. I say I'm not going to worry about a farm just yet. I don't really want to build myself the logging camp either, because we have better regions for a logging camp than the ones currently available to me. Now, unfortunately, these regions don't have much else, if I'm perfectly honest. And there aren't too many resources to strive for in this region so far. We do have a little bit of copper over here. And if we look up north, we've got some shellfish in the ocean. And I believe there was that meteorite up north as well. Other than that, we've just got our gemstones. Hopefully we get a bit more coming down this coast. This is, it's really not a great starting region. But we will persevere. So now, for our starting thing, I might just build a second farm so we don't have to build one later. Or I might even... In fact, yeah, I'm going to knock out a spearman and get him to maybe start clearing one or two of these animals. And we have learned animal husbandry, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as you can see, so I've learned 3 technologies out of the 5 to get to the next era. I am still all the way down in 10th. So that shows as well that it's not just about your technology. You have to have everything else really high. If we come across to prestige, my science score is actually worth nothing so far. Most of it comes from my government, which is my quality of life. That, of course, I will have to massively increase. And my industry, my production strength. That's what most of my score is coming from so far. Nothing as of yet from science. Oh, we've got lots more caches up here. We'll have to see what we get. And as I said, yes, my research is complete. Now, we do have the watchtower and archer down here, which I do quite like. We have the ceramic shop, which we will want to get. The fermenting pit and wine, I don't think I'm overly fussed by because we have no source of grapes or grain. So for now, that's not a high priority. However, I do quite want the herbalism. That'll give us the apothecary, which does actually increase our city health, which will help with growth. Unlocks the harvesting of some of these I don't even recognize. Palm oil, whales, cacao or cocoa, and vanilla. There are so many natural resources on this game. It's a little bit ridiculous. So I am leaning towards that. But I'm also leaning towards... I'm going to go ahead and grab that and unlock the harvesting of those. I will definitely be getting archery as well next. And whether I then jump to the next stage or not, I'm not entirely sure. We discovered another cache, and I collected one with 15 wealth and 1 precious stone. Ah, we do have a resource of pigs up here as well. Okay, so this area up here, it's not great, but it's actually not terrible. We do have some pigs. If we go coastal, we can get some shellfish, which can get us food, salt, or precious stones again. That's the thing as well. Multiple resources give you multiple things, and then some crossover in what they're able to give you. So you can have a very complex and choice-filled production and crafting line on the go. Oh, I've got a wheel. Now, the question is, can I use a wheel? I think I can. No, I cannot. I need a rope. Now, I'm going to go and put some lithic tools in here. That'll improve crafting by 25%. Fortunately, didn't change the numbers, but it should help a little bit with the rest in the future. And I don't think... let's not select this. Let's select our hearth. So the lithic tool will be plus 25%. The wheel will be plus 50%. So I'm going to go put my wheel in here. I'm getting 1 a turn. Okay, let's take away this wealth. Still getting 1 a turn. And saving myself a couple of gold per turn as well. Okay, keeping the production nice and high. Very nice, very nice. Okay, it says my city is idle. Oh, of course. I was wondering, where's my spearman gone? When you create units in this game, they don't just pop up on the map. They come into your reserve forces. Now, in this bottom left, we have deploy armed forces. Here's my spearman. You can deploy these as a singular squad, a battalion, or in fact what will eventually be a legion, which is a bit bigger than a battalion. And depending on, which we haven't researched any yet, but depending on your formation, you get bonuses for the types of units you put in each slot. Of course, we're going to go and create a squad, because it's just my spearman and himself. And as you can see, per turn, this will cost me a 1 food upkeep. This will be deployed in, I wish I could remember, a turn or 2. At which point then my spearman will be available to start roaming the map. Now my city has no project. What I really need is another region, which I get in a turn. Then a 1 turn to claim, so technically 2 turns. So what we're going to go and build, we have so much population space, so we're not going to worry about a dwelling. But what we want is, for the start, another farm. I probably will interrupt it once we get our next region, because food is plentiful. We're going to start with a farm. He says very famously as he stares at the screen. Yes, we will start with a farm. And of course that will go next to our other farm, because farms give plus 5 bonus region harvest production for each farm improvement in this improvements region. So as you can see, they do boost each other. Now unfortunately it's only a 2 zone region, which is such a shame, because it is pretty much my only good food region. I would have loved it. They do go up to 5 is the biggest I've seen, and they only average around 4 if I'm honest. So yep, the reserve was added. Got that. We're get rid of that pain. Thank you. Units are idle. We have come down here. Go ahead and grab that resource cache as well. I crafted a lithic tool. I found a wheel. And I consumed a feast, which kept my bonus going. Okay, we're getting to the end of these mountains. We're definitely going to slip through here. Cash collected. 15 food, 2 syrup, and 1 food oil. Spearman has begun mustering. And a claim has been generated. More importantly, the claim has been generated. Now, we should probably start looking at a bit of a region that can get us some wood and materials, because these will also need boosting as well. Now, what do we have? A lot of materials here, but no wood. I mean, I'm tempting to go 1 up into Tarnow, because it has a nice bit of wood and materials. these base numbers do affect the buildings you put down. For instance, this farm wouldn't produce as much in this region because it only has one base food. That's where I'm thinking of going. I mean, there's no resources I'm running up to, unless, of course, there's something in here, which I haven't discovered. Although, looking over here, some pigs have turned up. That turned up, I think, since I learned animal husbandry. Not all resources are available to be seen at the beginning of the game. They do come up as you advance and research more technologies. So you can't plan everything from day dot. No, I am thinking... Although this will allow me to start moving towards the pigs and the copper. Let's just have a little bit less material, that's the thing. You know what? Let's go... Does still have 4 regions, which is good. Yeah, let's go Chozo. Let's confirm that choice. We'll have that in a turn. Let's return to map. Now, I said I was probably going to interrupt this, but can I rush it? It'll cost too much of my gold that I currently have. Mustering has begun. National rankings have changed. I'm now last. Okay, this is not going well. We are currently very, very forgettable. Okay, we have some more gemstones down in this direction. And... oh, there you go. That was a salt deposit. It was just blocked by the resource. I'm about to say, I feel like this should be something. We have some salt down here as well. Units are idle. You can come and get this cash next as well. And I haven't found any more resources up there that I can't quite see. And so let's go for next turn. And here you go. Our scout is here. We're going to go and remove this black bear from the map. As you can see, there's a 50% chance to lose 25 health. And so therefore a 50% chance to only lose 10 health. So you do need to make sure you keep an eye on them, because hunting is definitely a way to go ahead and lose units quite quickly. So I found a cache of 20 material and 2 metal ingots and 1 sculpting material. I have discovered a cache of supplies. Oh, there you go. We've come to the end of this little bit of land. We'll grab that and then we'll come back. We'll sweep down here. Well, I may, in fact, leave that and send my spearman up there, because there's plenty of animals for him to hunt. And I may have this guy come back and start joining this scout, quite frankly. And you can just come one across for now. And let's hit next turn. Region has been claimed. Let's jump in here. Let's make it 1 turn for 24 gold. And then, as you can see, you do get the base yield without having to put a building down. Both my timber and my material input has increased. So, to make this area a bit better, let's go ahead and put down a logging camp. Now, we can't improve our material input yet, because to do that we need a stone pit. And I don't have a stone pit. So that isn't quite going to be happening just yet. Units are idle. Who wants your orders? Come across and get this material cache. We did grab 15 food supply. Our food is growing very nicely. Now, food is a per city resource in terms of city growth. However, if you drop below 0, the base, you will be able to supplement it from the global pool. However, your city will not grow anymore. Okay, looks like this might be another little land spit. And we have meteorites here as well. Move into this region and... oh, no, we are in fact impassable. In that case, move to this region. Okay, so no, we haven't found a way through the mountains yet. We have, however, researched herbalism. And yes, another little dead end of land. But we have a tea grove. And a cache. So I am going to go and grab the cache. And so for our next research, it will be archery. And I will decide on the pottery and fermenting. I will probably get pottery. Not sure about fermenting at this point. It doesn't look like there's going to be any wine in my future. I am stuck at the top of the world, and pastures are not plentiful. I could found another city down here. We've got a tiny bit of food, although look at our regions. It doesn't actually tell me how many zones per region. I was hoping it would. I know it tells me the resource yield and the biome. I was hoping it would also... River freshwater available and a beach. We do love a little bit of beachfront viewing. Okay, so we are getting ancient history. We grabbed a... I spotted a cache of supplies. I've constructed my farm. My spearman only lost 10 health. Happy to keep him going what he's doing. And we researched technology. So I cleared the predator. It got me a feast, some food, and some furs. Now, that's not quite what I was aiming for. I was aiming for my spearman. My spearman... Ooh, he did lose 25 health that time, so he's down on 65. However, 50% chance to lose 10 health or 5 health. We're going to come up and clear both of these wolves. The worst it can do is 20 damage. Unless, of course, this tiger takes a bite out of us on the way past. We're going to clear these wolves and see what's just around this corner. So I have collected a cache of 1 lithic tool, and I've also created a lithic tool. Now let's have our scout come down to here. Although, wow, let's just say 2 turns come down to here for now. 3 turns come down to here. We need to kind of see, but if there's a cache up here, the spearman cannot grab it. Jumping in here, how much would this cost to rush? 61? I'm going to go ahead and do that, just to keep things moving. Now, let's go ahead and select our next project. The Butcher can make meat and fish. This is another amenity to help boost, and more to the point, I've just seen. We have an open slot here. Let's go and put jewelry in there. That has boosted our happiness once more, and our prosperity. So we're getting even more tax income, and our production now has a boost of 25%. Now, so with the butcher shop being able to create meat and fish, I can obviously take things just out of, say, for instance, my food resource, but ideally I need a source of animals or, in fact, fish, as this will help boost both of those productions. What I'm going to do, I think... Apothecaries is quite a nice thing, but I'm actually going to go and grab another workshop. And we're going to stick this in this region. I mean, we have several regions that look like this one in terms of production, so I don't need to restrict my logging camps to just this region. Yep, let's go ahead and get that workshop down and get some more production on the go. Never know, maybe that will help boost our standings. We're still dead last. And they're all pulling away. Units are idle. Okay, well, you can come around to here now. Continue to see if we can find some better biomes. The next turn. Amenity activated, improvement complete, and crafting complete. And then let's go ahead and hit next turn again. Okay, we've got another cache. And we are starting to find pasture land, ladies and gentlemen. See how our food per region has gone up. Obviously, this is also on a river, so it's very good. But I think I may be finding where my second city is going to go. Which, to be honest with you, I think it's time for us to queue a settler. Turn to map. Now, of course, we do have a cache here. Let's have you come and grab that. Let's have the spearman take out... I've spotted a cache of supplies. Oh, let's go ahead and grab that. And I have spotted a cache of supplies. Gonna hit it next turn. And we've researched archers. Let's go ahead and close that a second. I want to see what we're discovering. See, now look down here. We have some white-tailed deer. And we have some cows. This is definitely looking like a region to settle. And so up here, our hunter should be done as well. Let's go and sort out our research. Like I said, I do want pottery, and I think I might be jumping to the next era. And if we look at our era score, going to standings, it says so far that everybody is still in the ancient history era. We have not been left behind in terms of technology so far. Units are idle. Yep, that is true. We went and lost 5 health. Let's take out the other wolf. All of this is getting us a bit of experience, which just slightly increases the stats of the unit. Which as well, if we go and look on here, as you can see, our force is a little bit down. That is because of our wonderful multipliers in our city. Yep. Which in fact has returned to base. It's been 10 turns. You know what I mean? So it didn't really need the force multiplier. It was okay. Turn it down for 5 turns. Lost 5 health. While removing some predators, I found 1 fur and 5 food. And I crafted a lithic tool. Research. 3 more technologies to reach the next era. That would in fact be researching everything I have available. Another predator cleared. 5 food and 1 fur. Let's go ahead and grab that cash. So you can see I'm on 50 health. A tiger could almost kill me in 1 turn. We're going to go ahead and tell this guy to... Oh, in fact, let's have a look at that again. Healing progress faster whilst in my own territory. Now, it will cost me 1, 2, 3 turns just to get back to my own territory. But where do I want to go next? In fact, I probably want to clear these 2 next. So it's actually worth the movement. Let's come back to my own territory. And let's look at my idle units. I'm going to go across the river. Beast consumed. My spearman lost 10 health. And I found some caches. 10 materials and a metal ingot. Cache discovered. Improvement complete. Go ahead and grab this resource cache. And then I really want to kind of look above and below. Although I am thinking... I'm going to curl to the... Oh, I don't know. This is high food as well. I'm thinking I'm going to curl to the left. I kind of want to see what's in here a bit. I'm thinking of this region potentially with the cow, or possibly even this one with the cougar in it. Depending on the number of zones available. I mean, the one with the horse in it does have the best overall. I think it's going to be a bit smaller, though. So, Crafter idle. We've just gone and built a second workshop. Let's go ahead and give them some lithic tools. And after that, I'm going to make 1 plow. Oh, in fact, let's call that 2 plows. Then I am going to make some rope. Now, of course, to increase the speed of my plow production, we can add cattle and horses, which would be the best ones. But I unfortunately don't have those. And I'm not going to start spending 25 wealth. I could, however... I'm going to spend 2 material. That'll drop it down to 11 turns from the vaunted, I think, 22 that it was on. The other one would have added 250% production. And a rope, as you can see, can be made out of wool or cotton. Now, unfortunately, we don't have those either. And I don't want to spend 5 of my wealth, so I'm going to leave those for now. I was wondering who this was then, but this, ladies and gentlemen, is my beautiful unit of spearmen, looking oh so happy and proud of themselves. And so we will have a settler in 3 turns. Go ahead and check this event.
Historians speak of a great lighthouse lost to time. One with a light so brilliant it can be seen halfway across the world. Such a marvel might be a myth, but if a nation could make such a thing real, that would be a sight to behold.
Okay, I feel like this is a mild error because we're talking about the Lighthouse of Alexandria, but it wants me to build the Colossus of Rhodes. That again is an act goal, which will get me a bonus to my prestige, which I should maybe be aiming for. And there you go. So 1 more goal for the era. And so... Go ahead and hit next turn. As you can see, we completed the workshop. We have spotted another cache of supplies. I am going for... Oh! And we have just found a little tribal village.
You receive a concerning message from the healer of a nearby tribe. There is a malaise spreading among their people, and it appears to be accelerating with more and more of their people falling to illness. They ask you for your aid and support in this time of need.
Now, I do have 159 wealth. This does get me 2 relationship. If you get them really, really happy with you, there's a chance they will join your city, which is usually very nice. But also, I really need the prestige, so I'm going to spend the 50 wealth. And with that, are we still in last? Yes, we are. I will eventually break out of that zone. Oh, we've got some sheep and some bison down here. An opportunity to find some bison or even some wool. Now, yep, you're going to go ahead and get that cash. I found a candle. And I discovered Bandiagara. You've gone and gotten that cash. You need to start chasing down here, quite frankly. Which is a lot of turns. And units are idle. I need you to heal. Go ahead and turn that on, and let's hit next turn. We will increase in 7 turns. Of course, now, if we can increase our city health, that will drop off just nicely. Now, I do have 2 feasts, and the amount I'm making is more than I need. If I drop that off, that's 1 per 2 turns. That should still... Yep. I'm producing 0.1, I'm consuming 0.1, so I'm happy to leave it at that for now. Save myself that 5 gold, because my gold is not what it used to be. Oh, wait, you can come and grab this cash along the way. We have an idle crafter. He has just finished making all of my lithic tools. We don't have any rope yet. That's coming from the other guy. We will... Maybe we'll go for some... Yep. Go for some baskets. Baskets can be put in by materials or wealth, or materials or timber. Now, I am going to go and put in some timber. We'll just create 5 baskets for now. They, again, can be used, as you can see, either as amenities or as supplies. Use the supplies at dwelling, residences, or skyscrapers, aka the same building, but 3 different tiers. And that just help increase production of a city. So we'll get one of those and put it in my dwelling. Hey, Dashund, how you doing? Now we do have an idle unit. This guy is going to start coming back down this way, and we're going to see what's around here before my settler comes out. Go ahead and hit next turn. I get the 15 food from that cache, and my spearman healed for 20 points. And we have learned about pottery. Now the question is, do I want fermenting or not? But I do lose the fermenting pit and the ability to be able to craft wine. But I haven't found any grapes yet. Now there could be some hidden down here. We are in a much more temperate area. There is a lot more pastures where I would expect to find wine. But let's just say I'm not quite sure. Now, I'm thinking this is either a pass-through or potentially another dead end. I'm thinking a pass-through because, as you can see, mountains in the distance, which is quite nice, as they do stick above the mist. And so... I'm going to go ahead and advance to the next era. I am going to leave fermenting behind. As you can see, when we go to this era, hunting camp, which we already have. As I mentioned earlier, the resources and the things you unlock, the buildings, the improvements, aren't per technology. Some go across multiple technology. So if we hadn't researched hunting camp from, I want to say, animal husbandry, we could have still got it from this technology when we advanced to the next age. Be nice, the fermenting pit was there. But no, we will learn how to harvest and construct metal ingot and copper. We will learn the line formation. And we will learn about the stone pit. Now, this will get us our extra material. And we'll learn how to make a swordsman. Our first true fighting unit. And so then our spearman healed. How are you looking? 90 health. Yep, we're going to go ahead and take out this cougar. And then potentially the black bear. The black bear can at most do 50 damage, but the cougar can do 70. Hoping we get a couple of lucky rolls with that one. So let's hit next turn. Units are idle. And what are we looking like? Oh, we've got some meteorite down here as well. Very nice. Let's come up to here. And let's see what's in here. Because like I said, I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to settle. We have some great regions. We will go on one of the food-heavy regions, I think. I suppose we could settle in the middle and just farm everything around us. That wouldn't be a bad idea either. Feast crafted. Let's hit next turn. I'm going to keep coming up this way a little bit. And see what we have. Units are idle. We did grab a cache, which had a candle, incense, and a precious stone. And so you can come down here to here now. We did tomb jewelry. And our spearman, oh, 35 health lost. Bit of a shame. And another 35 health lost looking by that. So we are going to have to come back to our own territory. It will be faster. And then we're going to come down here for the black bear. Because I think I am going to have this city going to the left. For both the pigs and the copper. Okay. And a claim has been generated. So on that, let's just have a quick look around before we put down our next region's claim. Of course, we could come out to the ocean. We do have a nice bit of wealth in Włochtawek. I'm going to mispronounce all of these horribly. These are all going to be names after regions in Poland. I know that from playing the last game where I was the English, and I recognize the names of near enough every region I put down. Oh, I could, of course, settle Krakow. It has 5 zones. It's very, very nice. It doesn't give too many resources. But you know what? Let's go for it. Now, we do have more frankincense here, along with a bit here. Yeah, let's go ahead and start harvesting pigs. And then, of course, I could also build myself a butcher. And, ladies and gentlemen, we could have some bacon. I have met a nation. Why, hello. I have met...
You've met a new culture.
The Songhai Empire. Well met. Goodbye. Out of curiosity, how do they rank? They're 6th. They're much better than me. I am still last, and that gap is growing, ladies and gentlemen. We do have some time. We're still in Era 1 of Act 1. But that is growing. Yep, he lost health. He gained a feast and food. Or put together, known as a foost. And a fur. And I also crafted a basket. Now, as I went and said, with my basket, that will help. Improves my city production by giving the basket to my dwellers. And it will increase my production by 0.3 per turn. Not much, but eventually does start to stack. Oh no, and because of the size of our city, our numbers have all dropped down by 5, so I really do need to improve those. I sense an apothecary in my future. I mean, we are coming into the woods, where you'd expect to find that apothecary. Return to map, and let's hit next turn. Region has been claimed. You are going to... I could have, in fact, kept in there healing. If I had put a tiny bit more thought into that. And we have our settler. Now, in this city, what I want is, on the pig, we want to farm. So we can farm pigs. Then, I do want a butcher's, but I also want an apothecary. And the apothecary will give me city health. So we're going to go and get that first. And then we are going to go and grab a butcher's. Are we? Yes, we are. Butcher's. Did I research the butcher? Now, as you can see, I haven't just put these all in the line next to each other because the zones, as you can see, they represent the zones on the map. And I just like to build things next to each other and make it look pretty. I can't help it. But I do like things. Mark out where they are going. Now, if I turn on Let's Go Settle. 5 regions. Only 2. Only 2 as well. Only 2. Only 2. Some of these are nice regions, but they don't have a huge amount of zones in them. Only 3, 2. That has 5. But I don't really want to come that far out. Now, ideally, at least this is my opinion, you would be better off settling where there isn't a resource you want to go and gather, because again, that takes up a building slot in your capital region. However, now this might not be too bad. We can start coming up for these. We can come down for the meteorite. But I don't want to go too far. Oh, they've got some barley in their resource. Now this would be the same, but allow me to come up here and grab these. I mean, 1, 2, 3 claims. That'd be the same, 1, 2, 3. That does have an extra region. Not quite as much food, but I'm not too worried about that. Not much in terms of gold either. So those are one of the 2 regions I would probably look to settle. And just going off... I mean, this one does have slightly better food and a bit of gold. This one does, however, have an extra zone. So I am actually going to settle in this one for the extra zone. And we are going to put it into the mountain. We're going to have a mountain settlement. So I want to settle here. That'll happen in 9 turns. And we will have started our second city. Now, specialist available. That is my settler. And then I have an idle unit. Let's keep coming up here. And that's it next turn. My spearman was healed. He has to go for several more rounds yet. Oh, and it looks like I've found somebody's border. I wonder if that was the guy I've just gone and met. No, it was not. I have also now gone and met...
You've made first
Belgium.
contact with a mysterious people.
Well met, good sir. Goodbye. We have just gone and met Belgium, so this city will literally be blocking this path from Belgium. So, and there's no huge need for me to push up here, but maybe pushing up to where these goats, sorry, no, they're not cows, they're goats. Maybe pushing up to where these goats are and the rock salt. I can use this as my bottleneck. Build a couple of defensive buildings in there with the 2 resource gathering buildings and defend that region. Now, this is a lovely set of pretty foliage, isn't it? I was expecting a potential resource in the future, but I think it's just going to be pretty foliage. And it does look very nice. The map on this game is really what have you just gone and done. They are trying to block me in. He is going to be aiming for plenty of my resources. Okay. Interesting. We have used a feast, we have created a basket, and the spearman has healed. Oh, and another little tribe. How can I help you?
This tribe have hair so blonde it's almost white. Curious about the phenomenon, they share that it is a consequence of a cleansing paste they use made from the fats of animals and fine ashes. They say it lightens hair, but also rids it of impurities. They offer to share the practice with you in an exchange of knowledge.
Okay, so we can make the exchange for +5 health in all cities for 20 turns and 1 relationship. Or we can hoard the knowledge and get 50 wealth, or get 5 soap. Now, I'm going to go for +5 health in all cities because quality of life is king. This as well will put us up to having no effect, which is glorious. Will help our city keep growing. Units are idle. Now, I'm going to get you to go and walk right through that tribal village. What health are we on? 80. And you can take off 50 health at most. There's no huge rush, though, so I am going to heal for 1 more turn. Get us up to 100 health. And I discovered Arlon. A beautiful little tribe. Agreement has been proposed by Belgium. He proposes a trade agreement between our 2 great nations. I'm going to accept. Goodbye. And I wonder if I can start using that already. So let's go across to Belgium. Nope, I have to wait till next turn for it to come into effect. I thought so because the way this game works, it's not turn-based per se for all you people. Everyone technically works at the same time. So the fact that I've gone and agreed to his terms, he hasn't actually received that agreement as of yet. Let's go ahead and grab that cash. Idle units. Let's go ahead and take out the black bear on the map. Construction of a new farm has been completed. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting pigs. We get 1 every 4 turns. Now, in terms of supply, let's go ahead and add a plow. And that is all we're able to add so far. In terms of plows, how many do I have out of curiosity? I believe that was my only plow. Yes, it was. Ah, well. All good, all good. We'll keep getting more pigs. We get now 1 every 2 turns. Or, well, actually it says 1 every 3. 1 every 3 turns as opposed to 1 every 4. And then if I just come and quickly check my 2 workshops. Ah, there you go. We are currently making plows. Just, unfortunately, not very fast. And once we've made the plow, we will make some rope. Because this farm could also do with a plow. My farms in my new region won't end up needing quite so much in terms of plows at the beginning anyway, because the food output is a lot higher. We will, however, be working very, very hard to keep that production up. Go ahead and hit next turn. I've spotted a cache. We've gone after that. I have crafted a plow, which I've just gone and put in my new farm. Crafted a basket. And we've gone from friendly to close with Belgium. How lovely. Now, if we click on View Trade Agreement, the way this works is that I can, in essence, trade for these goods. Now, it doesn't really seem to cost me anything. But, I don't know. You can just choose to take them. Now, I have 4 available merchants. So I am going to ask for some plows. I'm going to ask for some wheels, because they can help give me some nice bonuses. And then, oh, I'm going to potentially ask for some tea leaves. And don't think I overly need the others at this point. I mean, the increased city happiness is very nice. I might ask for some jewelry. I get 1 every 10 turns, which would offset my consumption. Okay, yeah, I think I will leave it at that. Although ceramic pots would also be quite nice. I'm going to leave it at this for now. Let's take out the tea, because I don't think I'm going to be able to actually use that, to be honest. Not at the rate I'd be receiving it. Let's go and grab some ceramic pots, because I'm pretty sure I can use those in my apothecary. In fact, it'll tell me here, more to the point. Used to construct, used as supply in... Yep, I recognize it already. That's the chemist, which is level 2 apothecary. There's my granary, my mill, my grocer, my windmill, or my pharmacy. Okay, I'm sure I can use them in my apothecary. If not, they're useful to have around anyway. You can use them in several of your buildings, or in producing several things. Maybe I can use them as a supply to make herbal medicine. Let's go ahead and trade. And so that just basically takes up my 4 available merchants. So I will now be getting 1 plow in every 10 turns, 1 wheel every 2 turns, another jewelry every 10 turns, and a ceramic pot every 3 turns. Thank you very much, Belgium. Let's go ahead and hit next turn. I collected a cache of materials. Trade item unavailable. No longer receiving plows from Belgium. Well, that didn't last very long, did it? We could, however, go and grab... Do you know what? Let's go for those tea leaves then. Confirm. And I'm not quite sure how it works, because obviously he can do the same to me. And it doesn't seem to actually take away from my goods. I mean, it could do. I could just not have noticed it. But obviously he no longer has any plows, so I can't get any plows off him. It's... I don't know. It's a strange one. It's a very, very strange one. Now, I could build another city in between the 2 places I'm aiming for as well, which might not be a terrible shout. I could, of course, build one up on the north coast as well. We can currently make 3 cities because we are a tribal chieftain. Units are idle. You can follow the coast. I really can't believe he went and chucked that city there. Units idle. Let's keep coming across. This will probably be a dead end. Hit next turn. Oh, well, that's a tribal warrior, I was about to say. We're being chased out by their spearmen. Okay, next turn we should... Or turn after that, quite possibly. Why can't I go here? Because it's surrounded by birds. Those are all birds. For some reason I can't go here. That's very strange. Oh, because that's his territory. He's gone and claimed that. That would be why. Let's hit next turn. Oh, and you look at that. He has a battalion of spearmen with a force power of 14. Not bad at all. So, jewelry consumed. Your spearman lost 25 health whilst hunting that black bear. However, we have also been promoted to level 2. Belgium has changed from trusted to friendly. I am no longer receiving jewelry from Belgium. And I did find 2 furs, 5 food, and a feast. And I crafted a basket. As you can see, we cannot pass through this mountainous region. And so you can come back up to here for now. I might send him down this way to clear that cougar, because that will eventually become, I would think, part of at least one of my cities. There's, however, a chance he could kill me, so I am going to heal once first. Oh, look at that. I think this is potentially where his capital is going to be. Let's jump in there and have a look. And we should found our city next turn. Let's walk to the end of this little spit of land. And
the Bronze Age.
We have reached the Bronze Age, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Now I'm going to go and close this out of curiosity. We are still in the realms of obscurity. We are still very much in the realms of obscurity. And just to show that it's not done on technology, we are one of 2 people who have actually made it to the Bronze Age. Wow, we have just met the winner so far. Belgium is winning this race. We're being chased by their scout, and the Arlon warriors are chasing us as well. Maybe someone just annoyed them. I'm not too sure. I mean, they're kind of like me. Your city has no project. Our starting city, ladies and gentlemen. Now, click to create. I think I am going to go for a feast. Simply because... Let's put some food in there. 1 every 10 turns. That should put it up to a plus 0.2, which means I can happily put a feast in here. Gives us a bit more happiness. Gives us a bit more population growth. I now go up in 12 turns as opposed to 12 turns. That will, of course, take effect next turn, where we'll actually see what that goes down to. A little bit disconcerting when it doesn't update. And then we have an idle city. So, we are going to start by building us. I think we're going to go in for that good old standard dwelling. Now, of course, I was going to attempt to bottleneck up to here to protect against Belgium. We have, I think, bigger problems from these guys. I believe, was it the Abbasid? No, the Songhai Empire. I think we have bigger problems from these guys. Let's come round them. I think our security region will probably actually be back in this direction. I don't mind if I don't get all of these regions, but I want to get at least these 3. So that'll be my first 2 claims. And then potentially up to there, just to protect any entrance into here. And then I want to swing down and get this meteorite. This line is, should we say, my line. Paragon is available. Very nice. Let's go look at our research first, as it's not going to start bugging us if I don't. And now, trading. That is very nice. Generates wealth plus 1 prestige on completion. We can get the bakery. We, of course, then have access to roads and a bit of prestige. Code of Laws can get us our next government. That will allow us to get 2 more cities above our current cap. Also gets us some bonuses and some wealth. Now, sales, I'm not quite yet really an ocean-going people. Question is, do you see any wine? I do not see any wine. I could also get sacred rights, which allows us to get our religion. Now, a codex used to craft, used to construct, used to train, crafted at the Great Hearth. Okay. We do basically need codexes to build missionaries. Do I go and attempt to get religion? I mean, that is 13 turns worth of research. We do, of course, have leather working, but I don't think I'm particularly going to be leaning into that too quick either. That is the only quick one that we have. Okay. A decorative vase. Logging cam allows us to harvest cotton. We don't really have any view of that yet. Unlocks harvesting of horses from the following resources. Now, we already have that one. As you can see on this enables list on the left, it is grayed out. And it also has a very small tick on it, but you can't really see it too much. That's a little bit of one of my things with this game. Amazing game. Some things I think are a tiny bit subtle, and maybe sometimes a little bit hard to notice. For trading. Now, I think we don't really need to rush to the government, because I don't think I'm creating any code of laws at the moment or building the Nemrut Dag. But it does allow us to increase our city cap by 1, which is very nice. I think weaving, maybe, or potentially... See, I could have skipped the ceramics and gone straight forward, because I would have learnt them both from masonry in this age. Live and learn. I think I am going to go into our religion. If I can get the religion out, then maybe I can start getting some prestige from that as well. Okay, then we do have a paragon available. Now, these are in essence your great people, and they help you in many, many ways. So as you can see, if I make them my chief advisors, we get build production, wealth per turn, in cities with a commerce improvement, or happiness and prosperity in cities with a culture improvement. Defend my domestic advisor, build production towards triumphs, plus 10 prosperity in my capital, plus 2 masterpiece creation speed in my capital, plus 3 available merchants. That's not too bad. I could really start to tap Belgium for everything he's worth. Plus 1 masterpiece creation speed per turn, or as a military advisor. So as you can see, they are different from what some of the things they're available to offer. Plus 10% build production towards military improvements. They do have masterpiece proficiencies. These do allow them to create different types of masterpieces. No, I don't think I'll put them into the force. Quite liking the engineer for chief advisor. Build production in all of my cities will help continue to catapult me forward. I think that's what we're going to go for. We're going to go for the engineer.
Deified Egyptian politician, high priest, and step pyramid architect.
There you go. There's Imhotep for you. We're going to make him my chief advisor. We're going to just get rid of that exclamation mark. Now we're going to just get rid of these ones quickly as well. We need to build the Colossus of Rhodes and the Acropolis. And this just comes up every time I build a new crafting building event.
Founders of your nation's newest city look to you for advice. They hope to build into the city's foundation a guiding principle, one that will chart its destiny. In this case, literally. Masons stand by awaiting your direction. What word should be carved into the cornerstone of the gathering hall?
What word should we carve into the cornerstone? Okay. I think I'm going to go for honor because city happiness increases my city's production, and that's what I want the most at this point. I don't think we need to worry about honor too much. We're in no way near falling behind in research. Sorry, the bottom one, I don't know if that was honor. And security, I'm going to risk it. Risk it for that wonderful chocolate biscuit, as I always say. Now, you are going to heal at least 1 turn. So let's have you wait a turn. I've entered the Bronze Age. I've constructed the new Gathering Hall. And I have founded a new city. And let's have a look at the new city. It increases in 9 turns instead of 12. And our dwelling increases in 14 turns. And as you can see, it costs me 490 gold to improve. My butcher, on the other hand, only cost me 45. So we are going to go ahead and rush that. Turn to map. Now, I do have a crafter idle. This is my apothecary now. He can make use of lithic tools. Go and throw those in there. And a wheel. Now, I am going to go ahead and use this because I really do want some herbal medicine. It gives me plus 15 city health, which will really help my cities grow. Of course, we're going to make this. It's all we can make, so we may as well make an infinite amount of it. And now I can spend wealth or mandrake, which I have not discovered any of. Wealth or tea leaves, which I was unable to get as a trade good. Or, as you can see here, ceramic pots. I knew they were here somewhere. Will cost me 1 per turn, however. So if I go and click on that, it says 1 per turn, but let's just double check. Ceramic pots, yes, I will be consuming 1 per turn. I'm only making 0.3, so they won't last me very long. So I'm actually going to go and put that on empty. Very heavy construction costs. And we will get 1 every 10 turns. That's okay. That means I will be able to use them as an amenity for 1 city. Once I get them, and once I get another amenity slot. Now, let's go and have a look at Belgium again, and let's lean into this trade agreement. I still have a merchant available. Now, we are receiving tea leaves from Belgium. Not quite enough to keep things going. How about potentially grabbing some feasts? And that will allow me to change the construction of one of my hearths or gathering halls. I mean, I would get 1 every 10 turn. As long as that keeps up, I will have enough feasts to cover my consumption. Let's go ahead and confirm that. Let's say goodbye. So then what I'm going to do over here in Warswazwa, again, I apologize, I will butcher all of these names. Instead of a feast, although I can only so far create jewelry as well. But let's switch across. Let's change that down to just one. And then let's make a little bit of jewelry. Which, if I had some precious metal, I do have a precious stone, but by -1 a turn, that's not going to last very long. Or some ivory, I would be very much increasing my production. Oh, I can put a candle in here, which as a supply will add 2 city knowledge. Why not? Let's put that up to 57. Beer, wine, coffee, of course, keep the people going. And so there you go, there's my great hearth. Now, what resources do I have available? I do have a wheel, which I'm sure I can find a use for. Lithic tools, let's have a quick look. So let's change from zones to improvements. Now my dwelling, I'm pretty sure I can't put anything else in that. My workshop, I'm pretty sure I can. No, I can't, that's rope. I don't have another plow as of yet. You can have some lithic tools and increase your production. A gear, a rope and gear. The farm can have nothing. And then the apothecary is all well and good. My crafters. Although I think I just... all improvements shows all improvements. Yes. And then let's go back to zones. Then let's go to... which of course has nothing because I haven't even built my first region yet. And I have an event.
An ornately decorated package with an attached scroll from a tribal leader sits on your desk. It reads, "Your people are welcome to attend our tribe's harvest festival. If you choose to attend, please distribute the information in the scroll that explains our rules and customs for celebration."
I could lose -5 knowledge in all cities, +1 relationship. I could lose production, which I'm not willing to do. I'm actually mildly tempted to lose the relationship with them. I don't know what happens if you have really bad relationship, but I kind of want the +5. Oh, that's only in my capital, but still. Kind of want the build production. The Kano tribe. Now, I have a feeling they might be about to start chasing me. I kind of don't want to walk into their region because I feel those spearmen might start showing me the pointy end. Spearman has healed. I want you. Now, if I was to build another city here, I'd probably put it on this spit and start coming back this way. But you know what? Yep, let's come down here and let's just take out this cougar for now. If I was to build up here... ooh, food isn't half scarce. I'm not quite sure where I'd go. I mean, this... probably not the best region. Depends how many spaces it has. I mean, it does have tea leaves, which takes off a building slot. But it does have food, quite frankly. I mean, I could always as well come on the meteorite if it has a lot more regions. Also has a little bit of food. It's not too bad. And then claim this as my first region. Always a possibility. Units are idle. What have we found? More land. Let's keep going. Maybe we can find more people. And, oh, look at that. Yes, I'm guessing these people are not much liked. They are in a fight. And let's just say that scout is definitely going to die. I have made my new apothecary. Of course, that just gives me a little bit of city health as it is. Gives me a nice +5. Of course, that was an event. And then my city tier 4 gives me a -5. If I could get another 5, I could get that 10% city growth. Which, let's just double check. Unfortunately, I'm unable to get. I will keep the +15 city happiness for now. Next turn. We have an idle unit. Oh, look at these wonderful places we are discovering. I'm sensing another city round here. Let's... ooh, which cache do I want? Often contains goods, amenities, and supply. Usually contains resources. Let's get the goods, amenities, and supplies first. And I have an idle city. We have just gone and built the Butcher. Let's go have a quick look at the Butcher first. Supplies, lithic tools, as per always. And then power or fuel. Not quite happening too soon. Hello, Viking O, any day. When do you Viking? Oh, any day. So we are going to craft some cured meats. Cured meats will be able to give us food, prosperity, and happiness as an amenity. So, to increase this, we could put in live hogs. We don't actually get enough live hogs to cover the demand, though. But it will mean, for the time we are able... See, depleted in 5 turns. Now I can make 1 in 3 turns, at which point then we will just be using the pigs as and when we get them available. Now, of course, to increase that output, unfortunately we don't really have much we can do about it because we have already put a plow in there and that's all we're able to create so far. Fertilizer, power, I believe, potentially without having another look, and a tractor can also improve it. However, we're not building a tractor in the Bronze Age. And so we do have that idle city to be doing something with. Now, let's have a look at our currently available buildings. There's no point in getting any more butchers because there's only so much meat we're going to be able to craft. We could start looking at a ceramic shop. Plus 25% craft production to ceramic shops and their upgrades in this region. So you kind of want to clump a few together if possible. So I'm not going to go and put any of those down at this point. Now I can't do any fishing nets because we don't have any ocean areas. We don't actually need any more farms. Not that I do really think I have any decent areas to put them down in. Now a stone pit could be a possibility, but I think I would put those in a different region. Because when I get this one, for instance, with the copper, has a little bit more material production than I currently have. Now my watchtower will increase my security. I don't think I'm leaning into that quite yet. I am thinking potentially another settler. I have the resources in abundance. Go and do it. But you know what? We are going to grab another settler. That's going to cost me 6 turns. My research will cost me 9. So I am going to go and queue for a couple of turns afterwards an archer. In case I suddenly need to get some defensive armies out. Now, this settler, like I said, I could potentially come here. I could all the way around and come here. Of course, I will probably leave that because once I've learned embarkation, I can actually come around this corner very, very easily. Then if I was to come up here, I mean, what do we currently have on offer? Let's zoom in a little bit just to make sure I can see everything. We've got some pigs and we've got a meteorite resource. I do have available both of these in other places. We, of course, have a fair bit of shellfish, and we've got a little bit of fish over here. Of course, if I was to go coastal on the city, get a lot of gold from the coast regions. And yeah, and of course, then the other shout was to come down here on this little area of land. That could then, of course, be the coastal city. Like I said, it would really help push the gold income, which I don't have too much of. It also gets me another meteorite. We have salt hiding behind that little resource point there. And I could also, of course, then build that down into here, get the frankincense as well. That leaves this city the ability to focus in this direction. Maybe going up for the precious metals, the pigs, the copper. So yeah, potentially this region. That would also get us availability into the shellfish when I expand into the sea. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I might settle the one with the meteorite, depending on the number of zones per region. I think that's where I'm going to go. Plotted a cache of supplies and a cache of supplies. Come across, crafting completed, cache discovered. We've got some very thin land. Oh, and we've got some barley over here as well. Could definitely be an area for another city. Oh, would you look at that? There are battles ensuing between a potentially triple spearman unit and some scouts. It's fierce. The ground is afire. None of the tents are burning, though. Very impressive. And you can also see the difference. We have TPs everywhere. We have a couple of forward advancing TPs, but no, most are in simple cloth over thick tents. Open-ended tents, basically. You get a lovely breeze, but can be cold in winter. Now, I do have an idle crafter. That is because my workshop has finished producing. Now, I kind of want to see, before I assign this guy, what we're in fact producing. Now, I have a workshop here that is making me plows, and that is my only workshop. So, that is down to create myself another plow. Gotta get it in one turn, and then some rope. Okay. So going to my other crafter, wherever I left him, which is a good question. Where did I leave him? I promise you he's around here somewhere. Ah, he's there. Why couldn't I see him? Ah, because I wasn't looking hard enough, basically. Now, of course, we are going to be getting some rope to fill in this slot. We have one lithic tool remaining. I think what I'm going to do is get some more lithic tools for now. We don't want to go infinite. Let's get 5 more for now. Because I want to get plows, but I think I'm going to wait until I get some horses. Because it makes the production that much faster. Now, I could increase this as well with a timber. 1 every 3 turns. Let's go ahead and do that. And then if we look at our other... We, of course, get the plow in 1 turn. That's fantastic. For the rope, it'll cost us wealth and wealth, which I don't want to spend because I don't have a huge amount of wealth, to be honest. If we come over here for our medicine... Tea leaves. I don't have any because I'm clearly not getting them that fast off our good old trader. But I could go and grab... I'm going to go and use the ceramic pots. As soon as I see I've made 1 herbal medicine, I will take it back off. Okay. That's all the crafting sorted. We have crafted a basket. Let's hit next turn. A city tier has increased. Fantastic. So we do have another region to claim with that. Let's go ahead and grab the copper. Oh, whoops, I turned it off. Let's go ahead and grab the copper. That is 4 regions, or 4 zones as well, which is quite nice. Let's confirm that. And with that tier increase, we can use another amenity. We don't quite have any experts yet, which is a shame, but we can use the other amenity. Now, candles, we are not producing, which is a shame. Baskets, we are producing at a rate of... We were producing at a rate of currently unknown. However, 1 per 10 turns, that gives me enough for 40 turns. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in. A bit more prosperity. And another city production. There are idle units. Yes, you can come down to here now. You have run away from any tribal spearman potentially trying to stab you. And we have created a plow. Now, over here, we have some food. Over here, I don't think we're going to struggle for food. We are losing 5 gold. That's not good. Over here in farm number 2, we're going to go and add our plow. Gets us a bit more food per turn. Or a bit more farm per turn. Can't increase our number of farm. Can increase the amount of food it gives us. We have an idle unit. Let's come down and grab this cash. And we've also created a feast and a plow. Oh, I've collected a cache of supplies and received a plow as well. So I should have 1 spare. 2, very nice. Oh, and there is somebody else up here for us to come and meet. Let's grab this cash. and then potentially run back to meet him. Unfortunately, that kind of destroys my hopes of a city in this region. So we have a claim generated. Beautiful. Let's come and grab our cows. We want to push things in this direction before he pushes them in this direction, basically. Go ahead and confirm that. That's a lovely bit of extra food, which is keeping us in the positive. Or at least it will do. Fine, sorry, we will stay in the positive once we get it, because it actually got to +8. Now, I would love to increase my city health. How long until this dwelling is finished? Still 7 turns. See what I mean? That cost me a lot of money. A lot of money. Return to map. We have an event.
A red-headed young
Family
man
business.
from the Garmir clan is looking to open a new business. He's a capable herbalist, but his family's background is in metallurgy. Meanwhile, his hobby is creating reed pipes to sell to traders. He makes a promising case for each venture and requests national funding for one of his enterprises.
Now we have research towards irrigation, research towards chariots, or research towards trading. Now, any of them will be researched. That, I guess, trade goods, a trading post, and a bakery. That gets us pretty much everything to do with horses. And irrigation gets us improved farms, a water well, which is very nice, hanging gardens, flower field, and it also allows us to harvest flowers. Okay. I think I'm tempted by trading the most. It is in my current age. Although this one gets us something from the Iron Age, which I could always jump forward to. Just because trading will get us some wealth. See, it generates wealth. And my wealth is not fantastic. It does, however, cost me then 20 prosperity in my capital. You know what? Let's go and grab it. Let's fund. It's not herbalism, it's irrigation, but let's fund irrigation. I mean, I won't be able to get the irrigated farm yet. I can definitely build a water well, which can also increase my city health. Yes, you know what? Let's do that. Made progress towards irrigation. I can only assume that, yes, I've not made progress towards it. I have researched it. And that's, of course, I have to get to the Iron Age to be allowed it. Let's have a quick look. Can I build? I can build the water well. Well, then there you go. I have not made progress. I have, in fact, researched it. Now, the question is, does that give me any flowers on the map? None back here. None that I can see. Okay, fine. Does allow us to build us that water well, though, which is a very nice building. Baskets tuned. I've made progress. 1 cured meats crafted. I've claimed the region of Elk. Ilk, maybe? I'm not quite sure. Like I said, I won't be able to pronounce any of these whatsoever. It has 4 zones and will provide me with resources. Who would have thought? Okay, so let's go ahead and hit next turn. We have claimed the region. Fantastic. We are getting 1 cow every 22 turns. I have made a lithic tool. I found a cache with 10 materials and a metal ingot. And my spearman lost 35 health whilst hunting. All good. He's got plenty of health remaining. And all I can say is the poor cougar. I mean, he's a danger to my citizens, so he has to go. But this just seems like overkill. Look at that. Raining down spears. So let's come into Vivold. And this is going to cost me a fair bit of my money. But you know what? We're going to go and grab that dwelling to increase the speed of my growth. But mostly, I want to increase my production. Which I can do, in fact, as long as I put a basket in there. Which, I still have some baskets. Then we'll come back next turn and I'll decide what I'm doing then. Let's come straight down. Units are idle. You know what, yeah, let's come down. It might be a dead end, but we'll find out. Nope, it does go all the way through, so we can still meet these people by coming down this way. I have an idle city. Why, of course I do. I just went and boosted the building. Now, that dwelling 2, I can go and put in a basket. An indoor stove or a microwave oven. In my gathering hall, as you notice here, I can't put any supplies in a gathering hall. That is just for the great hearth of your capital. Close that improvement. Let us... What can we build? Let's have a look at the full list. Won't be building any stone pits or logging camps where we are. Now, the water well, just to show it to you, plus 10 city health, plus 100% harvest production to farms and their upgrades in this region. So we're actually going to start with that. We're going to build that in this region. We're going to build that in this little corner here, and that will be a water well, because this region will become a very big farming region. Let's go ahead and build that first. Now, I wish I could rush that as well to get that plus 10 city health. Of course, most of it as well. You want all of them so much. It's so hard to choose between them, really. Yes, the water well will do. Let's return to map. Orders interrupted. Oh, I'm guessing, did maybe this person go and join in with the spear throwing? The lovely scout. Well, that does put us on 60 health. What I'm going to go and do is... I don't particularly have too many predators down in fact, I haven't got any predators down in this direction. I could come up here and continue to basically level up my unit, which I think I might do. Let's come here. I will regain my health for a couple of turns. And then I have a specialist available, which is my settler. But like I said, I could come up here for the pig and meteorite, or I could come back down here and start to get some tea leaves and eventually some gems and some frankincense. A lot of frankincense, in fact. Let's go ahead and select city. This place has 4 regions. Very nice. This place only has 3, so yep, do you know what? Let's come here and let's put our city here. Now, build farm improvement. I genuinely wonder whether a city center does allow you to harvest. I'm going to assume not, to be perfectly honest. And so unfortunately, that's also the biggest region. Or the biggest zone, I should say. So my city center is going to be a little bit smaller. Doesn't actually matter in terms of gameplay. Just a visual thing. So we're going to go and make this a small little coastal settlement. Let's settle. We have the resources. Rating is 2+. Let's go and settle. That, of course, kind of joins our 3 cities together as well. And so once this guy has white-tailed deer, we'll grab the horses, and then hopefully this guy will push down to grab the frankincense, and that blocks off this entrance. And so nobody gets to our capital that we don't want them to. Okay, so the specialist is available. Units are idle. How are we looking? Let's come straight down the middle. And we built a new dwelling. That is, of course, 100% correct. We did build a new dwelling. Okay, we've got more horses and pigs and somebody else to meet by the looks of it. And we have met a nation. We have met
Unfamiliar nation.
the First Persian Empire. They kind of dislike me. Well met. Goodbye. So we have met the First Persian Empire. Well, the Songhai Empire do kind of like us. Good to know. Good to know. Now, out of curiosity, let's have a look at our standings. Have we at least come off the bottom? No, we have not. We are really not doing that well. Now, if we come across to prestige, we are working towards getting our religion going. We don't really have much culture. Of course, we haven't built any masterpieces, or we definitely don't have a masterpiece set. Commerce. We are... Oh, from events, but not from trading. Interesting. Maybe that will come through... Do we have any diplomacy? No, we don't. By completing triumphs, building improvements, claiming regions, and growing your cities. This should all be from... Yep. City growth and regions claimed. Science. A little bit, but not much. Like I said, I thought commerce would also come from my trading. Military, just through the technologies. Haven't fought any battles just yet. Quality of life, 115. We do kind of need to improve the quality of life in all of our cities as a general. We have built a herbal... Oh, sorry, we've crafted a herbal medicine. So, you don't have any space for any extra amenities. You do. It unlocks at tier city level 3, which is 15 turns away. No, I don't really want to take away from happiness. Prosperity, I would kind of want to change it to the herbal medicine. That will put us up to 70 and will really help push city growth. Let's... We also don't want to waste the basket for 6 turns. We'll turn to map for a second. Let's simply go units idle. And you can go left. Wow, he has got a lovely wedge formation on the go here. Looks very scary. Have another unit idle. You are going to wait until you've healed. And so let's hit next turn. Aha, we have discovered sacred rites. And so... and learn the wheel, which will get us the vaunted bakery. Trading, which will also learn us the bakery. Now, sales, I don't think I need too much. Maybe weaving. Allows me to harvest cotton and dyes and make a bandage. Also allows me to make up the rug and carpet and furniture, which will help increase my dwellings and improve them again. I'm also mildly tempted by sales, just so I can get some docks. Plus 10% city production. Obviously, it has to be coastal, but 2 of my cities will be. Let's go for that. It does also allow me to start looking at the Colossal of Rhodes. We need a lot more ceramic pots. On that, now that I've gone and made my first thing, let's go and take that off. We will now be increasing our ceramic pots. Get 1 every 3 turns. And of course, we have gone and... gone and met France. Where have we met France to? Down here.
You've made first contact with a mysterious people.
She is distrusted. Or, well, she distrusts me anyway. Goodbye. I don't know what I did to upset you. But please don't stab me. Look at him. He's curling around. He wants my region. And it doesn't surprise me if he can claim it really, really quickly. I can get it in 13 turns. Oh, how I wish that was faster. We do have an idle city, however. My capital. Who has just gone and built me. I wish I knew. Oh, yes, you went and built me my archer. Now, I could go and start to get copper, but I don't have a use for it quite yet. So what I'm going to do is in the region with... in this region, I think. I want to build myself the altar, which will take me 8 turns. This will allow me to start getting religion. Plus 10 city religion to spread strength, provides plus 1 research per turn, and 5 city knowledge. Let's return to map. Reserves have been added. License to science.
Scholars from a nearby tribe hurriedly seek audience with you to beg for your help. Their latest works and studies are being decried as magic and an affront to the spirits which protect their people from peril. They disagree and believe there are those in power within the tribe that would support their work, but refuse to come out of the shadows without your support to their claim.
Okay, so we can lose 15 wealth, and I gain +1 relationship with them, and +5 prestige. We can gain 2 books, and I lose a relationship with them. Or we can swap and gain happiness for the detriment of our knowledge. Now, I very much need the prestige, so I think that's the direction we're going to go. And plus, let's get that relationship. If, of course, they do go ahead and join, then... Although I don't know if they can join. What's going... Is this the event, or are they being brutally attacked by somebody? Not quite sure what's going on with that. Let's step down to here. Units are idle. Yes, probably. Lovely scout who met French who don't like us. I made Olympic tools and a feast. I have discovered Zuzistan. And so let's hit next turn. No, that's still France. I was about to say, I found someone else. No. Oh, let's go ahead and grab this cash. And then my idle units. What have we got? These are very dangerous, aren't they? Tigers, yes, danger level 5. They could easily wipe me out in one go. 35 health. 35 health. I'm going to require 2 hunts. I'm going to go ahead and take out this wolf first. Should be nice and easy. Then I will potentially move on to the snow leopard and the grizzly bear. We will be leaving these 2 tigers for last. So what else have we got to do? We've used a feast, a spearman healed, we found a cache, and we created some cured meats. Wheels are unavailable from Belgium. And lithic tools have been crafted. Whoops, I was supposed to go to my trade. Belgium, who I am trading with. Let's have a look. I have 1 merchant spare. Now, I could attempt to get some more metal ingots. It will help me towards building the Colossus of Rhodes. Let's go ahead and do that. Confirm. In fact, let's just... What am I actually getting from this guy? This leader of nations. Yes, some tea. What if I can get another trade agreement with someone else? Maybe I can turn off the tea and move that merchant around. Now, if that's going to be someone else, Songhai Empire. You like open borders by any chance? The first step towards having a trade agreement. Idle units. Let's come across to the coast and start coming back up, I feel. A city is idle. Beautiful. We have gone and created a wonderful city here. Now, I'm going to start by building us a farm, which will take 38 whole turns. We can, of course, make that go a little bit faster by increasing our city happiness, which I am going to do with a feast. Does, however, mean that I need to increase the amount of feasts I am making. Let's go ahead and cure a feast, 1 every 125 turns. Let's go and decrease that a little bit. 1 every 10 turns. That should keep us on a level playing field. Syrup and rice grain. Now, that is very interesting. That's only worth 25%. Let's go to my capital. How much food am I making? 21. If I was to say, for instance, farmer you. Oh, that would lose me 14. But still, if I switch to rice now as opposed to food, I might be able to then save a little bit. In fact, no, what I'm doing is completely backwards. I'm doing this to save a little bit of food at my hearth. But... or am I? Maybe I'm just going to double up. That's my dwelling. That's my dwelling. This one. If I was then to add food back on, they add rice grain. I have to drop it down to 1 every 9. If I did then spend the food as well, that's 1 every 5. Let's return to map. That would allow me, in essence, to change this over. Currently 1 every 10. I add the rice grain. So we'll start to make a lot of next turn. That's 1 every 7. Now, strangely, if I come on to select project, and I come all the way down here to my missionary, I need a codex. Now my codex is crafted at the Great Hearth. Aha. This is not a Great Hearth, it's Gathering Hall. This is a Great Hearth. So if I go into my Great Hearth, I can make my codex. Beautiful. So, let's go and in fact take that off there. Yes. Now if I was to add a codex, just get me 1 for now. To increase it, I can either spend some wealth, which I'm very reluctant to do, some leather, or some timber. I have 2 leather, or then some more wealth. Let's go and use up my leather. I don't mind doing that. That will drop us down by quite a few turns. So, we'll go ahead and do that. We'll grab ourselves 1 codex, because let's basically go and grab ourselves a missionary who spread my religion. Let's return to the map. The agreement was declined. Well, that wasn't very nice of you, was it? And I found Lille. More units idle. Oh, I found some zebra. It's the first time I've seen them playing this game. Go ahead to the next turn. Of course, you are then going to come and grab this cash. Please be a nice bit of money. That would be nice. Amenity activated. I have spotted a cache. Yes. I have spotted a cache. And a cache. Let's go ahead and, well, we'll grab this one because this is the edge. We have some hyenas. And, of course, the second cache. I have made a rope. How many ropes do I now have? I have just the 1. However, let's go and increase our rope making capacity by giving you a rope. So now I make 1 every 6 turns, not every 8 turns. Therefore, increasing my rope making capacity. Go ahead and hit next turn. Amenity activated. This was the time to take it off and change it, but never mind. And I've created some lithic tools and some cured meats. Okay, let's go ahead and hit next turn. The Predator was cleared. That cost me just 5 health. Let's go and see what we can do against this snow leopard. My city is idle. We have built the altar. This means that very soon we will be able to make a religion. And when I say very soon, I mean pretty much as soon as I come off this screen. Now, a well. Ideally, you want to build it in a place where you're going to have lots of farms. I don't increase for another 15 turns. Of course, that can be helped if I build a well. You see the conundrum I might be having here. Now, in terms of a well and where I would potentially place one, to be honest with you, the regions around me, unless it was maybe this one, which I unfortunately can't even open the claim area. Doesn't tell me how many regions are in it, which is such a shame. Which would be so nice to know. Oh, we are about to gain another region in one turn. That is fantastic. That will, of course, be these white stags. And that will also hopefully allow me to add another amenity. Make the Codex in 7 turns. Okay, I feel like I do need to place down that well. The question is, where does it go? We think... I don't really want to build it and destroy it. Seems a bit of a waste. That plus 10 city health will increase my growth by 25%, I believe. No, 10%. Does have a maintenance of -1, as does the watchtower. A little bit reluctant to increase my maintenance at this point. As does my ceramic shop. And you know what, so let's get the water well, and let's simply put it in with my altar for now. I mean, there's no food in that region. None. Zilch. Zip. No. Nada. But I really do want that bonus. Let's go ahead. You know what, let's go ahead and just start to get our copper. It's a shame that one of the choices with copper is not straight wealth, because some of them do allow you to do that. Stone pit. Turn to map. Religion can be founded, ladies and gentlemen. Let's found a religion. And we have all of these wonderful religions here. But you know what? Let's go custom. Select an improvement. Temple. Gurdwara. Mosque. Pagoda. Or cathedral. Now, of course, we are playing Poland, so if I was staying on point, it would probably be a cathedral. They all give the same things. They are just built using different materials. Now, the temple would be one of the easiest because it takes candles. But we are going to go, I think, for the cathedral, which takes stained glass. Interesting to try and find that one. Our icon. So hang on, cancelling this. If we actually go to found a religion, we should probably just go and grab Christianity. As cathedral and that icon. That's probably what I should do if I'm really playing the Polish. So let's found this religion. Polish Christianity is being founded. How beautiful. We have an event.
Your scholars come to you for guidance. An ancient religious text was found that they believe holds important wisdom. However, the nation that found it will only share their findings if you acknowledge that their religion preceded your own. The evidence is in the text, they say.
+2 sensor. Okay, yep, that's the items. Or I could lose -5 happiness in all my cities, which I'm not really willing to do. So I'm going to lose the relationship, which is dangerous because he is on my border. My spearman lost 5 health while hunting a wolf. I have created that altar. I found some food, and I gained fur and food. And I made a cache of 50 wealth. I found a cache of 50 wealth. It still costs too much. Okay, a unit is idle. Let's come back up and grab this cache. Let's keep coming down. Let's go for next turn. Oh, some more tea down here. A claim has been generated. Yes, we'll be having this. Thank you very much. I want those white stags. Of course, means he could start claiming down here as well. I do want the whole line, if I'm honest. But we'll see what he does. Hopefully, he'll claim in the opposite direction, or maybe with these two. Would put us at quite a bit of border tension, but that's okay. Okay, so we can select some religious verses, which help improve our cities and nation overall. +3 craft production in your capital for each region within it. That's not bad. Right, to only improvements that are crafting items. Potentially, I mean, I could get another merchant. I feel like I can't really use him at this point. +25% profit pick chance. I think I'm going to go for the craft production. For each region, I mean, that's a bonus so far of about 15, I think. And will only continue to grow. Okay. Can I select a new government? Oh, I can. I can now gain a theocracy. Projecting taxes, 0. +15 happiness, 10% city growth, and 15 research in all cities, while taxes are set to this rate. That is amazing. +2 religion spread distance in my capital, +50 build production towards religion improvements. There's no reason why we wouldn't improve. Let's go to a theocracy. Absolutely fantastic. It is swapping over to the theocracy. Crafter is idle. What have we gone and done? We have a workshop, not a stone pit. Now, you've just gone and built me a couple of plows. Now, we could do with some more rope, to be honest. Let's have you go and build some of that. You can, of course... No, you can't put rope in your own thing because you don't have any. Let's go and build some more rope. For now, we've also got some rope being built up here. Just 4 more. Let's make that 3 here for now. And over here, let's make that 3 as well for now. Diplomacy. Yep, they don't like me too much anymore. They really, really don't. And then, of course, trying to tell us one of our crafters was idle. Units are idle. Your religion has been founded. Your religious verse is now active across my land. My relationship has changed to distrusted. I made a lithic tool and some herbal medicine. Now, let's just double check that I haven't gone and missed. You do have a second amenity. Let's go and put in herbal medicine to increase city growth. There's nothing else for city growth. Beautiful. That now gives me a plus 10% city growth. That's on 30 turns. That definitely needs to come down. Hit next turn. That is now on 26. Drop down by a little bit. Turn to map. Claim has been generated. Oh, fantastic. Nice and early. We are going to go into the ocean to potentially get shellfish. Mostly as well because it gives me 4 wealth. Which, we're not looking too good on our wealth in our cities. Turn to map. A city is idle. Just haven't built the stone pit. Which I assume, yep, we're getting copper at 1 for every 2 turns. Close that improvement. Now, what to build, what to build? What to build? What to build? I'm going to go and build a well, I do think. It's going to be next to the apothecary. Not the best placement, I do know, but that extra 10 city health will really help get the city going. Because I also assume that I am still coming in dead last. Yes, oh, but only by a point. We could move up to 11th, ladies and gentlemen. We could start climbing. Let's have a look at our units. They are idle. We grabbed cash of 2 syrup, 2 precious stones, and 2 leather. Have a look up here. I have gone and found another cache. That would be you. You can now come and claim it. Zoom out a little bit more. Change from distrusted to disliked. I think that's an improvement. Has gotten in the way of your nation's expansion. For their transgression, you have unlocked the expansion war Casus Belli. New stone pit. Successfully changed my government. Beautiful. That should be plus 15 happiness in all of my cities. And plus 10 city growth. And plus 15 research. That is amazing. This has dropped down. Oh, it's on 26. I don't really know that this particularly went up by too much. But our city happiness has definitely improved, which will improve our production, as it has here, and of course as it has here. Jewelry, feast, tax tier, because I'm not taxing. That's where the plus 15 from my government comes from. And we are building several water wells to help keep things moving. Now, do you know what? Let's do that. Let's change that to a turn for 50 gold. And the last thing was I have claimed the region. I have. Sales! I forgot I was even doing this, to be honest. Absolutely beautiful. Allows me to grab salted fish, which will be something I can get through my butcher. You can change fish into salted fish. Docks, which is the building that I really did want for the added city production. A basic sea unit that can go around exploring the borders. Fabric, and of course the Colossus of Rhodes, which we do have to choose our next technology, but calm down a second. My goals, the Colossus of Rhodes. I need 5 more metal ingots and 14 more ceramic pots. And of course the question would be where to build it. All of these coastal regions have resources, which I'd rather farm than build a wonder or triumph on. Okay, so let's go ahead and then have a look at our research. We're now down to 7 turns as opposed to 8, so we are getting better. I think I'm leaning into either trading, plus 10 security, plus 5 prosperity, plus 5 wealth per turn for each city you own. Each city you own, your palace provides plus 10 to all quality of life stats in the city it is built. Not that I think I can build a palace just yet. What was I looking at? Your palace. I am thinking roads. I mean, I do need 3 more technologies, so I mean, I do need quite a few of them. But I am thinking... Sorry, trading. Trading or the wheel. I mean, both of them get me the bakery, both of them get me roads. This gets me a decorative vase, which gives me extra city happiness. And then, of course, the ability to construct a wheel, which is not a bad thing either. The other thing that this gives me is the trading post, which generates me some wealth. I will probably want both of them, if I'm perfectly honest. And chariots. Thinking I kind of want those as well. I don't particularly want any of the other things right now that I can get through chariots. I'm going to go for the wheel because I kind of want the wheel. I mean, not the technology. I literally want to be able to build a wheel. So, city is idle. That has gone down by about another two turns. Our base city growth is just quite low. Tax tier helps it go up. City tier helps it go up. Feast helps it go up. Health, of course, then helps it go up as well. And surplus. Yeah, base value, it's just quite low. Which is the shame of it all, really. But anyway, we want to go and build. Ooh, farms and stuff. Most definitely. We can start to get cows. We can start to get white-tailed deers, which will give us either furs or venison. Plus 3% city growth. Let's go ahead and grab that because it will give us city growth. I could potentially actually go for a double farm. Because that, well, as I said, does help with city growth. And of course, our food is only on a +8. So it is starting to get a little bit closer to the lower levels. Now, I could, of course, as it mentioned, go and declare war to go and attempt to capture Niani. However, declaring war on this game will cost you prestige. War of Expansion. Assimilate or raise the target city. It will cost me 10 prestige, but it could admittedly award me with 105. If I think I'm going to win. Now, I know this guy has wandering around some pretty scary troops because, well, I've seen them, quite frankly. And all I have in reserve is an archer. So, let's just say it's probably not going to happen quite yet. Let's see my event.
Your emissaries into the settlement. A blacksmith from the tribe inspects their weapons with interest. With a soft smile, he offers to demonstrate a new type of metalworking unique to his people in exchange for tools and supplies.
I could very happily go for that and gain a relationship with Kano, which may help them not chase me around the map, so let's go ahead and do that. We've got another event.
An invitation arrives at the capital. It seems the son of the tribe's chieftain is getting married, and everyone in the nearby lands are invited to the celebration. Along with the desire for your presence to participate in the revelry, there is a humble request in deference of your wealth and resources to contribute to the festivities.
Okay, I have a lot of food, so I'm going to happily give them that and gain +2 relationship. And they are now rather sportingly liking me. Your spearman lost 15 health whilst hunting a snow leopard. Good, because it could have lost a lot more, quite frankly. I constructed the water well. Look at it, the little gathering place for all of the people of the city. This guy to dance, crazily, and everybody else to just have a quick chat. And we crafted feast. I have claimed a region, and I was the first to discover Odawara. Now, question is, how much longer are you going to use a basket for? 6 turns. Let's see if I can remember to keep count of that. My unit is idle. Come and step up to here. We might be safe from Kano. We might not be still, to be honest, but we'll find out. I mean, I just want to keep going past on my merry way, so we'll see what happens. I have another religious verse available already. Beautiful. What can we get? Build production towards science and industry triumphs in your capital. +10 build production towards industry improvements. That's not bad. Or +3 force strength. Now, the question is, am I going to pick a fight with Niani? Because if I am, then +3 force strength could be good. And it could be good anyway because, well, quite frankly, I am surrounded by a few people that don't like me. Admittedly, there's Poland next to me. Although, I'm just going to say it's probably a bit late, but maybe... I'm not actually blocking much on the bottom of the screen. I will move myself to show you very quickly. All that's generally down here... Let's go and close my religion a second. All that's generally down here is my count towards a golden age, which you generally get from having good quality of life, as you can see, which I'm not doing very well. My force and city limits. My button, which is for deploy armed forces. and my Manage Forces button. So, bottom left, I think, is the right place for me to be sat right now. As I said, let's go back to the religious verse. Now, I'm not going to be doing that many triumphs. Industry improvements, however, are pretty big. But do I also want more force? Am I thinking of a cheeky fight? Am I thinking of a cheeky fight against the Songhai Empire? Hey, it's rendered. No, I haven't made it to the late game, but we can see the research tree. Give me 1 second. I think I am gonna... No, I'm gonna go for Ardent Labor. 4 strength. We're gonna pick a fight. We know it's gonna happen. So you want to see... Right, so the technology tree. So the technology tree, as I don't know if you're aware or not, is broken down into eras and acts. 4 eras per axe, 3 acts. And so the way it works, you have to discover a certain number of the technologies before you can get what... Basically the progressive technology, which they go and call... I forget what they call it. It's not called the advancement technology, but it's something along those lines. But yeah, you can, you've got all of the technologies in the different areas. Are there nukes? There's always one person in question. I don't know if there's nukes, but one thing I did come across, which if it's still there are combat mechas. Which is a unit that I seriously want to use. But are there nukes? Let's have a quick look. We've got a community garden, but that's not quite what you're after, is it? We have railguns, we have I feel like the nukes should be before maglev strikers. Let's go back a little bit. Assault infantry, somewhere around here. No antibiotics. It looked a bit like a couple of missiles. Rocket artillery and an anti-armor team. Jet fighters. Maybe not. Unlocks the harvesting of uranium. There's a nuclear submarine. Industry, mining, nuclear power plant. I don't think so. I have a feeling there aren't nukes on the game. We have a SAM battery defense. What's this? The Lotus Temple? No, that's not quite what we're after either. Cybernetics. A mobile SAM. Sorry, I don't think there are any nukes in the game. Just do one other quick check. They do have it in Carter, basically like an encyclopedia. Nuclear power plant, power or submarines. Does not look like we have nuclear weapons. Like I said, we do have a mech warrior. Thank you for the follow, it's Render. Thank you and welcome to the channel. Yeah, like I said, we do have mechanized units, which, to be honest with you, I'd kind of take mechanized units over nukes any day. I think they'd be so much more fun to play with.
Message reaches you
Oh,
from a
hello.
foreign leader who is constructing a brilliant gate to protect one of their great cities. Due to the complexity of design, they need a large supply of materials. Although typically stoic, they turn to you believing that you can appreciate their need for splendors,
I
yet
don't
sturdy walls.
Want to lose 25 relationship. They are the strongest player in the game so far, and they're also my neighbor. I really do want the 5% build production, but we're going to keep relations going. He should now be very friendly with me, maybe even alliance friendly with me. We shall find out. Our unit has met these guys. Let's come down here. Another unit is idle. We are on 65 health. The bear could kill us. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. Religious First is now active. Jewelry consumed. We got 1 fur, 2 leather, and a feast whilst killing. I have gone and created a codices. Now I have a codices. I want to build a religious unit. Now, 26 per turn, 14 per turn, 7. Yep, it's going to happen here. There is nothing in my queue, so next out is going to be a missionary. And then, just because I think I need a bit more protection, let's grab a swordsman. Return to map. We were just talking about war, so... And what battalions can I create? We have a line, which is 1 archer and 2 melee. Or we have a wedge, which is 1 melee and 2 projectiles. Okay. So if I was going to go and do that, it would be... Now, my swordsmen have a force of 7. My archers have a force of 6. I'd probably lean towards 2 melee and 1 ranged. Although my archers don't cost any gold for maintenance. That might be the swinging factor. Let's return to map. And let's hit next turn. My relationship changed to close. Beautiful. My hunter was injured by only 15 health. Good. He can survive the next attack no matter how much he gets hurt. And so multiple point down in here. 4 turns left on that basket, which I needed to keep an eye on. Predator cleared. I made a feast, 10 food, and 2 furs. You need to come back down here and heal. I completed a water well. We're now going to make our missionary. We found some caches. We'll get the equipment cache first. And another nation by the looks of it. Let's keep coming through. I mean, are you guys in a fight or are you just occupying the same space? Are you guys just having a stare-off? I mean, it kind of looks like it. That is only a spearman with a strength of 4. You know, I think I can take these guys. I can't see anybody up here either. He has got another city here. We'll see what he's got. Well has been completed, and yet the 2 caches were with the same guy. Is there global warming or radiation? I don't think there's global warming, because I feel like that would be a bigger feature as opposed to a one-off thing. As for whether a nuclear power plant... whoops, sorry. Let's return to game. Let's go to the Encarta. Can go into meltdown? I'm going to guess no. I mean, it boosts the city's prosperity and health, so I'm going to guess we're not giving out radiation. So no, I don't think things are going to explode too much. Went from disliked to neutral. Oh, he doesn't hate me so much, but I still want to pick a fight with him. Units are idle. Can you... Yeah, you can slip around to here, but that is the end. But I do want to see what he's hiding back here. Go ahead and hit next turn. We have... Beautiful. We've gotten a rope. We collected a plow. And we have constructed a farm. Well, that's down here, and that allows us to get 1 cattle every 2 turns. Now, let's have a check. Whoops, let's return to map. Up here for... Where's he gone? He's hiding behind our yield amount. Live hogs. Cattle. -1 as well. Potential. Let's go and say cattle. Let's turn off the hogs. I'm pretty sure I probably don't have... Oh, I do have 1 live hog. Let's also... oops, sorry. Let's return to map. Let's come down here. And let's go and give you a plow. That puts the production up to still 0.8. Okay. I produce 123. And a cow costs me a little bit more than that. Probably about 150 if I'm going to do a quick guess. You have an idle unit. You are now stuck here. Let's get out. Let's come back to here for a second. Units are idle. Come and grab the cash. And let's potentially see whoever this is. New farm. Herbal medicines crafted. Feast bonus given. You should be down to 1 turn until that clicks over. So right now I want to change it. Cured meats, 1 every 4 turn. Production per turn is 0.4. 1 every 4 turns should be more like 0.3. That gives me food, city prosperity, and city happiness. Or I can do the medicine, but no, that's on an even keel right now. So let's do the prosperity and happiness. That 90 gives us a plus 75% production, which is a further boost for the city. Things are still going to take 2 turns. Let's select a project. Let's go and grab those archers. For no reason whatsoever. Can I technically... I can actually make a trireme. Or trireme. But no, let's go ahead and grab that archer. And, yep, we're... You know, no reason are we building up an army. They're just... I just want to give people, you know, something to do in their spare time. Go ahead and hit next turn. A specialist is available. Preach in this city to convert population to your religion. Now. Polish Christianity. And Polish Christianity. Well, looks like my religion is spreading wonderfully on its own. Show overlay. In my city, yeah, that's not really what I wanted. National religion. 3 Polish Christianity and 3 unstructured. Global religion, 29 unstructured, 3 Polish Christianity. Okay, so they're not completely following it as of yet. Goodbye. What I'm going to do is... No, wait, let's have you come to there at least. I mean, now, do I want... Yeah, Niani I would kind of be happy to keep, I think. I mean, pushes forward my boundary a little bit. This is quite a nice area. If I push up to the ocean, I can get potentially some fish and some whales if I take it. And I can continue to close that off down here. I mean, this area with Belgium, I don't really want to get borders with them, although I still want to push to get the goats. And these guys do have sheep. And that would also give me some wool, which is very useful for crafting. Okay. Okay. So what have we got? National rankings changed. Oh, Leopold is down in 3rd. I'm no longer his friend. I am up, however, to 9th, ladies and gentlemen. I am almost memorable. Just a little bit more of a push. Look, we're not far behind. We are climbing. I am almost memorable. If I win a war against Songhai Empire, that would very nicely. Push that up. Specialists are... Yep, that's that one. Units are idle. Let's come back to here as well. I have consumed cured meat from close to trusted. Spotted a cache of supplies. Yep, we're grabbing that now. And crafted jewelry, ropes, and cured meats. Now, we have gone and grabbed a couple of ropes. So let's start off by coming here. And let's look at our improvements. Now, I don't think a dwelling can use a rope. No, it can't. However, the logging camp... No, the logging camp can't. Whoops. Turn to map. Whoops. Apologies, I'm pressing all of the wrong buttons. Not the logging camp, the butcher shop. The butcher shop? No, that's power. The stone pit can use lithic tools, however. Let's get that thrown in. I want my workshops. Where are my workshops? Ah, here's one. Some rope. Where's my second workshop? There it is. It's already got rope. Okay. So in my second area, unfortunately, I don't have anything else for these two. And I don't have anything to do at all in this one just yet. But we are looking to get some tea. Let's return to map. Let's go to here. Let's select Belgium. First, let's view the trade agreement. Okay, still nothing particularly great. We are using all of our merchants. I can see... Oh, no, yeah. 4 things. One is that consumable pot, which I now have 8 of. I need, I think, 30. And we are slowly gaining metal ingots as well. This is to get the Colossus of Rhodes, which will get me 150 bonus prestige. Okay, so let's not worry about that. So let's come back to him. Both nations must reach the Iron Age to propose a research agreement. Okay. Wait, so hang on. Because I think I'm in the Iron Age. No, I'm in the Bronze Age. Iron Age comes next. Okay, everybody has made it to the Bronze Age now. Nobody is left in Antiquity. And so, yep, the cache of supplies. Let's hit next turn.
You have entered a golden age.
I'm in a golden age, ladies and gentlemen. Are there logistics and military in this game? Like if troops are not in your territory, they need food, or maybe not troops, you need to have weapons to buy them. Yes, there are. So basically, when you create units, they go into a reserve pool. Whilst they're sat there, it's all perfectly fine. If you go and deploy them, they have an upkeep. As you can see, my archer will cost me 1 maintenance a turn for upkeep. I am creating a swordsman and then another archer. The swordsman also costs a gold upkeep. Also, to make the swordsman costs me a metal ingot. So that's your supply needing to make troops. And so then, for instance, to make, you know, chariots and horsemen, I would expect to be able to have to use my horses, etc., etc. So yeah, there is the crafting and resourcing in this game is one of the biggest parts of the game, and it is very well done. For instance, see this pig? This pig, if I go and farm him, could get me pigs or tallow, which I haven't actually researched yet. And then, as an example, this tallow can be used to make soap, candles, or fertilizer. And this fertilizer can be used as supplies for my farms. We have it here. To increase my harvest production by 200%. And that's just one little chain, as an example. So yeah, it goes on and on and on and on forever. So what do we have here? +5 city security. Should probably potentially look at doing that. +5 city craft production, plus 150% harvest production. City craft production wouldn't be bad. +5 city health. Was industrial improvements in this improvements region. Harvest yield. 1 city build production. That's not bad either. Ooh, I can make a bit more money and 150% craft production at this improvement. I think that's going to end up winning for the money, to be honest, because I do kind of need it. Though I also need some city security. But let's go ahead and claim our next region. Now, for our next region, as you can see, when we get too far away from our capital, it costs more claims per region. But I really have no need to want or get that region anyway. Now, what do I want? I have a 3-part region here, which will get me a little bit more food, which is quite nice. And the precious stones. Now, I don't have a huge need for precious stones at this point. I'm not going to come down to here because I was going to leave those for this city to come this way. Again, I don't have a huge need for frankincense at this stage. So I think I should just look at what this city can potentially get me. I think I am going to go for the gems because I can also build my dock here, which increases city production. I think that's what we're going to aim for. Also gets me that lovely bit of extra wealth. So let's go and do that. 3 more regions. Confirm. I'm also going to build a security tower there. A watchtower, which will get my security back up and running. Because I am losing -5 force strength. Which, if I return to map, his force is 1. I assume that's because he's been beaten up so much. But if I attempt to show you on my spearman, his current force is 6. And that is +6 from being a scout, which is also +3 from Polish Christianity. Now, it doesn't actually seem to matter that my security is low. I'm pretty sure that's actually just in the city. But I'd How safe your citizens feel in their city, inspiring and empowering your nation's military readiness. Increase security by building judicial and military buildings. Like I said, I think that's just the city, but I'm still going to go build that watchtower there anyway. And so, for my next research, I did want trading. I also wanted chariots. I only need 2 more, but I can, of course, get more. I'll probably get weaving as well. Let's get trading. Yes, troops do get better as they fight and survive, and all the questions are more than welcome. You can't really choose how they improve, so to say, but as an example, this guy's now level 2, so his base attack is actually higher. It's difficult to see because he's nearly dead, but his base attack is higher. It does, of course, their force does decrease as their health decreases as well. We have an idle city. You've just gone and knocked down this. Let's go ahead and give you a plow, and that's going to be it. Go ahead and look at our whole city in the zones. And so let's go and build. Now, I'm not going to go for the standard dwelling, which I quite often do this early. I think let's go and grab the shellfish. Now, that will take me 11 turns. Things take a long time when you don't have much production. A golden age begins, ladies and gentlemen. I have entered a golden age, and for the duration, I will receive plus 25% prestige from all sources of prestige for 10 turns. So this as well, this links into, obviously, if you're going to attempt to do anything big, like creating a triumph, it's a good idea to potentially try and get it done during your golden age. So obviously, you know when your golden age is coming, because you have the bar down here, which, sorry, is behind me, but it's just a bar and shows you your progress. And so you want to try and aim for those big prestige grabs when you're in that golden age. I have some idle units. Let's come snuggle myself in here. Although I probably should come back down south and keep exploring. And I have an idle unit here as well. Now, I'm going to jump down one, then grab the cash, just because I want to find out who these people are. I've constructed a new farm. I've collected a cash, 20 timber, 2 furs, and a leather. I have constructed a feast and a feast. Let's have a look. Can I move off anything? Now, ceramic pots is from my trade. Feast. I am overproducing on feasts. So maybe, if I can find where I've left all of my cities, maybe I can move off of those. So now, how are you doing? 1 for every 8 turns. I mean, the only other thing you can create is jewelry, which I'm also increasing on. I'd probably actually rather keep the feast. And I'm also, yes, a bit of metal ingots from trade, so nothing really much there. Now, here... Nope, everything is also on the positive. Of course, my cows would be going down, but I don't currently have any because they're going down just that much. Let's hit next turn. And of course, all of these resources you can farm are, of course, here on the map. This, of course, is a very big zone in this region. And so we have a lot of cows. Now, they're not very good at staying in the fences, which makes me question, why have I put up fences? But, well, they're all there. And this guy, hey, this cow just needs a drink. I mean, can you blame them? Okay. Let's zoom back out. He has... Oh, he's just become level 4 city. So he is going to go another claim another region. Let's see where he goes. I really think I am going to come and take this city. Now, reserves have been added. We've just gone and built our swordsman. The First Persian Empire wants open borders. Yes, why not? The First Persian Empire is all the way over here, so that's really not a danger to me. I have an idle unit, and I have just met, I'm going to guess, Japan?
First contact
Yes.
established with an unknown people.
Tokugawa Ieyasu. Would you like open borders as well? And just maybe we can get some more trade on the go. Let's go and grab this cash. Diplomacy, yep, I've just gone and met someone else. We have another idle unit. You are going to heal, or wait until healed. Herbal medicine was consumed, and I have claimed the region. It now has... I've claimed this region, yes, it now has 3 things in it. Let's just double check that I'm not... Nope, well, not missing out on any amenities, basically, as they are huge boosts to your city. And so, in this region, we want, first off, a docks, then a watchtower, and then we want to go and grab our stone pit, which I may, for now, have us on wealth. It's only +1 per turn, so I don't know. That or precious stones, we shall see. Turn to map. And, yes, I've claimed the zone. Let's go ahead and hit next turn. A claim was generated. That would be in Jijin. And we are going to go and grab... Hello, Joachim. How are you doing? We are going to go and grab... Now, do I want salt or precious... Not precious stones? Meteorites? I'm thinking maybe meteorites, because I can continue to get a few more metal ingots at a bit of a faster pace. And again, that Colossus of Rhodes we're thinking about. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but we're thinking about. We will attempt to see about building that at some point. Sure, and it also continues to improve our wealth a little bit, which is starting to go up a little bit nicer, but was definitely struggling. That farm will be done in 1 turn. Then we'll come back and see what comes next. He went backwards. Okay. That's not too bad. I can live with that for now. I kind of still want... Take it a little bit. Okay, you're still moving. I am great. Thank you for asking, Joachim. Thank you for asking. How are we doing for time, by the way? Oh, we are slowly coming to the end of this stream. But for all of you that are watching, we are going to then move on to Frostpunk 2. So if you do want to stick around, please feel free to. I am Poland. Thank you very much for the follow, Joachim. I am Poland, and that is Copernicus. Nicolaus Copernicus. More to the point, ladies and gentlemen. You see this wonderful silver reef? We have finally moved out of the forgettable people, and we are at least now memorable. We have clawed our way up from last place, where we spent most of the beginning of the game. And we are at least now memorable, and we could quite easily get up to midway for just a couple more points. I truly do believe, let's go and have a quick look, that our religion prestige is really helping. I mean, it's only 39 so far, but hey, every little boost counts. Our industry is starting to go up nicely as well. So yeah, we're starting to go up nicely. Our military should have a nice boost potentially, as we might be about to declare a war. Just don't tell anybody. Proposal was accepted. Beautiful. How about a trade agreement? Would you like a trade agreement? I'd take a trade agreement. I mean, I can potentially get wine or grain or syrup. But let's just send the trade agreement because it keeps them happy. And also then, for the First Persian Empire... Oh, we have to be neutral. You've fallen into disliking me again. Okay. Cured meats. Consume bonus has happened. A spearman has healed. And I've created cured meat. Now, I do have an idle unit. Now, do you know what? Yep, let's just go and put you onto auto-explore. You can go run around on your own and do what you feel like it. Now, let's hit next turn. I don't want to end quite yet, because one thing I want to do... We have an idle city. Yes, we do. We have plenty of food. What we don't have is any wealth. I also kind of want to get the altar. Helps spread that city knowledge. I also very much want to get more growth. However, let's have a look. Now, my Weaver, very useful. Could do with the basics of the crafting materials first, is in the resources. You know, in fact, no, let's go and build the hunting camp. I mean, it says it generates wealth. Technically, it's not going to, because I'm going to be generating either furs, food, or venison. Oh, in fact, you know what? Let's go and put a Weaver in here as well, because I'm pretty sure I can get some boosts from furs for a couple of these things. Let's go and put a Weaver in next to him. Now, let's have a quick look at our improvements, because I'm pretty sure, yep, I can get a plow on that farm. Go back to zones. Let's return to map. I don't need to worry about anything from here. We've mostly been building forces. And I believe, yes, I already have a plow on you. Now, reserves have been added. We have another archer. The agreement was declined. Well, how dare you? We have healed a spearman, constructed a new farm. I have collected a cache of 15 wealth and 1 precious stone. And over here, we are producing 1 every 25 turns, it would seem. But next, we will grab that stone pit. How much would this cost to rush? A lot of my money. Let's not do that. What I want to do, however, just before we end with Ara, is I want to... Now, to be able to do this, I need open borders. How would you like some open borders, my friend? No, I don't want to offer a gift. Let's go back. How would you like to open your borders? So that I can come in and spread my religion before I come along and conquer you. Now, we are going to move in, I think, this direction. So the unit is idle. Let's keep going back here. That's it, next turn. Let's see if he agrees to my... He declined. That's such a shame. And it's a little bit annoying because it means I can't really spread my religion unless they let me, which I suppose makes sense. But I feel missionaries should have an allowance to simply go where they will. But if that's the case, he's going to have to come all the way down here and start spreading it in Belgium. Now, Polish Christianity, I believe, is on the rise in the city. Let's have a look at our religion. Let's have a look at global religions. Everyone is unstructured except for me, who covers 8% of the population. And if I actually click on show overlay, Niani, distance 4, strength 58. Unstructured, it's going up. So is Polish Christianity, but very, very slowly. Of course, if I build an altar here, it will increase because we are right next to them. Okay, so let's just go through the turn. Crafter is idle. We have quite a few goods here and there. Let's go and create a few more plows. We're not going to go for infinite. We're going to simply call that 3 more plows for now. And as I said, yeah, we do have a few wheels available. Let's just double check our improvements. Everybody got a wheel that needs a wheel. Logging camp, do you want gears? I believe, yes. The butcher's shop needs power. The apothecary wants a wheel. You've got one. You could also do with some gears. I think everybody is... Oh, wait, you can have a wheel. No? Did I not have a wheel in the Great Hearth? Ah, right, yes, of course, the Great Hearth, not a dwelling. The Great Hearth is different to every other place. Every other place just has a gathering hall. The capital has the Great Hearth, which can do a little bit more, build a little bit more, and then also have supplies added to it. So, nope, everybody is all well stocked with their goods. And for those of you who don't know what I was just checking, for every building that pretty much produces something, you can have supplies. Now, these aren't consumed. They obviously come out of your global total, but they just sit there. They don't then disappear. And they do increase production. And there are different versions. For instance, I have a plow for plus 50% harvest production, or a heavy plow, which is of course the upgraded version, which will give me a plus 100% production. And those are some noisy birds. So let's zoom out and have a look at our glorious, growing Polish Empire. Now, I think it may even be time to start thinking of that fourth city as well. We have an event, however.
An audacious story from a recent tribal visit. A poor silk spinner was at their court and requested to marry the leader's daughter. The spinner was departing for a great journey to gain spoils that would prove his worth. With no promises, the leader watched him leave and sent you a message requesting your input.
Okay. So I can take a chance, tail him, or send a suitor. I'm not going to lose the swordsman, which means I can either gain a fur and 10 wealth, or I can spend 25 wealth and gain 5 silk. I think I'm going to gain the fur and 10 wealth. I get 1 relationship either way. So Bandiagara should now love me quite a bit. We're getting there. We are getting there. They are very grateful. Hopefully we can get them to our side at some point soon. Now I've also just gone and made jewelry. My spearman is still healing, and I have made some ropes. Yes, I would agree with you, Joachim. This game not only looks fun, I can tell you it plays very fun as well. But as I said, we have come to the end of the stream. I am going to jump over and start playing Frostpunk 2 now. Of course, all of you on YouTube, well, and Twitch, please do stick around. If you're on Twitch, simply keep watching and the stream will change over automatically. Unfortunately, if you're on YouTube, I do have to stop and start. That is simply because, well, unfortunately, YouTube isn't very intuitive for streaming as of quite yet. It still is, unfortunately, a little bit far behind. And so with that, as I said, I'm going to jump over and start doing Frostpunk 2. I am, however, going to take a little break. I am going to take about 5 or 10 minutes. I need to refill my water cup because I talk far too much, and so my mouth gets very dry, as you can imagine. And I do also need to take a quick break to have a bite to eat. And so, for all of you that have enjoyed our History Untold so far, thank you all very much for joining me. Like I said, stick around. We will be going into Frostpunk 2, and for all of you on Twitch, if you wish to be part of my council and help me vote on those great decisions we have to make to keep our city alive, quite frankly, then stick around, and that is a feature that is built in, and you can join in on voting for how my city is run. For those of you that may be leaving because you have no interest in Frostpunk 2, then thank you very much for watching me play Ara History Untold. There are more streams upcoming. I'm not going to lie, I can't remember when off the top of my head. My schedule on Twitch will tell you. Unfortunately, the little tab down below the current stream at the moment is out of date. I need to update it. I've just updated my streaming schedule. And of course, for those of you on YouTube, you can also see it in my upcoming streams. And so with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for joining me. I hope you will stick around. But whether you do or don't, either way, I hope that you can stay safe, happy, and healthy. And for those of you who are sticking around, I will see you very shortly.